have been tough. No doubt about it.
Tough on all of us.
But you know what?
So be it.
The Workers Club. I love the name.
It's the Workers Club. It's me, which it's Wilson and Larry and Gus. I will say it. And we're in Triple H's book, and I have a time-wasting topic out of the gate.
Okay.
You ready for it, Larry? Because
Yeah.
you're the music guy. I saw Disney was putting out a music documentary about the Beach Boys. And I was like, holy shit, I fucking love pet sounds. And then somebody in the documentary was like, maybe it was Paul McCartney, was like, we had a little rival going on. It was us and the Beach Boys. A little rival going on. And I went, I think I like more songs on pet sounds than I do the Beatles. Like, I like maybe a handful of Beatles songs. Helter Skelter, Michelle from Rubber Soul, and I think that might be about it. Then I'm like, I like those songs. But Pet Sounds, first of all, I'll say that. What do you think about this, Larry?
Yeah.
I Wasn't Made for These Times is better than any Beatles song on any album. That's what I say. I adore I Wasn't Made for These Times, which my wife buried when I put it on the thing then tonight. She was like, too much, don't like it, stop it, turn it off.
I have a lot of thoughts. I more acknowledge the genius of Brian Wilson than enjoy. But I love the hits. I don't not enjoy it. It's just not music I go to. It's very, I don't know. That Phil Spector production is a little too big.
But you like his hair, right?
Great hair.
You gotta
But I love, I think the hits are genius. Like if you would have said God Only Knows is better than any Beatles song, I might be with you.
It's a good song. I just the wasn't made for these times.
But I'm not with you. I'm a Beatles guy. Revolver onward.
Oh, okay.
But not Let It Be. But I think Revolver is flawless. White Album, it's a double album. There's a lot of shit, but I like half those songs. And then Abbey Road. So 3 albums. I like 3 Beatles albums. Half a Rubber Soul.
That's fair. Well, that's the thing. That would, I would say, be the knock against the Beach Boys. And I'm a music amateur, but they had Pet Sounds. I can't really name any other thing.
It was also a different. It was a singles time too, though.
Yeah, but they didn't have the what would you say, the longevity. They weren't pumping a decade after boom, boom, boom.
Yeah.
Here you go. I mean, Surfing USA. I'm not going to put that up there. That's not tickling me anything.
Sure.
I'd say
Surfer Girl's good though.
How does that go? You have to tell me how that goes.
I'm not.
I had to pull up. I had to pull up. Wasn't Made for These Times. I just kept going to my wife. Oh, what's the song? What was the song?
I only bought Pet Sounds a few months ago, so I had only heard "Wouldn't It Be Nice" and "God Only Knows." Are those both on there, or just one?
Yeah, no, both. I think.
But I hadn't heard the non-hit tracks. They were okay. They didn't blow me away. I need to give it a second listen, though. I will acknowledge that.
Wasn't Made for These Times. Oh,
Yeah,
man, that's like the white man's. That's
the
white man's anthem. That's like the struggling young man, white man's. Sometimes I feel very sad.
But what's this Disney thing gonna be? Haven't we gotten enough? We all know the story.
It just looks like people being like, the Beach Boys were actually good. It's that
Oh,
thing.
so it's like a documentary.
It is. Yeah, it's a documentary.
Okay.
And then they've got
I mean, we got fucking classic albums.
yeah.
We've got the fucking movie with Cusack.
I didn't know anybody that was talking other than like they showed some band members, but it was like, probably some guy from like a Pitchfork like website being
Well,
like,
Mike Love's not in it, is he? Do you know about Mike Love?
no,
Oh, he's the best. He's the man.
so you're a critic? What
Pokemon?
is he?
He's in the Beach Boys. He wears
Oh,
the
yeah.
hat.
Yeah, then I saw a guy with a hat. This is like asking me if you'd ask me any. I know the Beatles, but only because it's been driven into my head. I couldn't tell you like
Mike
who's
Love's like
in-
the biggest piece of shit in the music
He's
business.
such a
Like without committing a crime, but just being a jerk
that we
you
know
what I mean?
of.
Obviously there's murderers and rapists and whatever else, but Mike Love's a piece of shit.
Stamos.
Yeah, and then you got the '80s Beach Boys, which does that. How much could somebody's negatives outdo their positives? It's an interesting debate.
Well, Triple H. Well, let's say that's a perfect example, right? Triple H. He's doing all this good now. He's doing. It outweighs what he's done here with Cody's story outweighs anything he might have been a part of in the past.
Just think about that Raw number.
Which one? I haven't seen it. What was it?
2.4.
The one after WrestleMania was 2.4. That's
Yeah.
pretty good.
That's
Up against
huge.
the national championship game.
good.
Yeah, that's
They usually get what 1.6.
I guess
Yeah.
we're in the Paul Levesque era. Pro wrestling is back.
where'd it go?
Where did it go? So I'm gonna send it to Larry now. See, and then that'll get us going, right? So get us going off into the Paul Levesque journey.
Not too long, please.
It's not long. I literally just wrote it 5 minutes ago. Quickly.
I've spoken a lot today. My voice is rough. It's the Workers Club where we talk about eras. In the WWE, we had the Rock and Wrestling era, or Golden era, the New Generation era, the Attitude era, the Ruthless Aggression era, the PG era. And after that, we had the David Schumacher and no one else called the Reality era. Sorry, yeah, what David Schumacher and no one else called the Reality era. I remember that being a thing. Then we had the New era. Yes, they did label it that, and it was never brought up again. I don't remember that. A global pandemic and a bunch of alleged sex crimes later, we have what I think is going to be the best era, the Paul Levesque era. Why is it named after one man? Because his name is not Vince McMahon. Why? Let's not talk about it. It was a great week. Record-breaking business. Is the product any different from the last 20 years? Not really. But the camera is moving around more. And The Rock says bad words. And there was some blood. Kind of like cinema when you think about it. What can we expect from the Paul Levesque era? Pro wrestling is what we can expect. I mean, the wrestlers saying pro wrestling every now and then. Also, pedigrees. And Paul himself getting acknowledged. Everyone gets their flowers in the Paul Levesque era. Particularly Paul Levesque of the Paul Levesque era. Corporate Officer number 3, Stephanie McMahon, or Corporate Officer number 1, Nick Khan, agree it truly is a new era. I mean, the Renaissance era. I mean, the Paul Levesque era. The era where Paul Levesque, who was in charge of NXT while the staff was being accused of sexual, mental, and physical abuse, is running things. Papa H, we love you.
Oh, that's sweet. It is. We're reading the Triple H book, and lo and behold, this is happening every time we read a book. We're reading McFoley's book. He says he wants to do a death match. He's ready for it.
No,
he's back to the Vince McMahon stuff hits. Bret Hart. I can't remember. Did anything happen to? Not really. Nothing happened to Bret Hart. But we're reading Triple H, and now we're in the Triple H era. Stephanie McMahon came back.
That was weird. I think she came back night 2 to get the fans. I think that was an audible.
I think yes. I think they gauged. I think they gauged on the Hall of Fame to see what the reaction would be. I don't think she's coming out if she gets booed.
Yeah.
No, yeah, there's
She
no way.
she legitimately braced herself when her name was mentioned. She went, ooh, ooh.
I get to go home to that every week.
Yep. Paul's all horned up on the media call. He's doing his bit. Which in this section we get into Chyna. This I had no notes, not very many notes on this section. He is just flying through his career, through his career.
Yeah.
Nothing of note ever happens to this man. The only thing he's concerned about is delts and lats, and triceps, and how many reps.
It was also written in 04.
That's
Right.
true,
So
but
it's not distant history. You don't,
yeah, he's in it. But then, I guess as I was reading those observers, Dave's big bugaboo was, oh, they're just shitting out books now that don't. There's nothing to them.
Yeah, I
They're
told you it
just
was big. That
and this is part of it where he specifically said it. China and the Rock's books are just they're going to do well.
he was saying that in 01.
Yeah, he's like,
Oh.
yeah, if they they now know, they're like, they now know if they market a book, it'll get 2 weeks worth of good sales, get on the New York bestseller, and then nothing. It doesn't matter. And they don't care. Like they're just in there for they can put the thing up. New York Times bestseller.
Well,
And
they're
then
probably been pitching him money to buy those books and then giving them out at the corporate Christmas party and all those sort of tricks too.
and then he was rehashing Mick Foley's book. I wish I would have read that while we were doing Mick Foley's book.
Yeah.
Of him going, my thoughts were his thoughts. Eerie. His opinions were he was avataring with Mick Foley, connecting tales. It was weird, the way he was writing about it. He loved it. He loved Mick Foley's first book.
Do we want to do a Foley follow-up?
As in, do his next book, or his
No. Just since he's someone we covered, and
sure,
He
said he's not going to do
this for music. Go ahead.
he said that he was training to do his death match. He was uploading to YouTube his working out, and he wants to lose weight. And then he said he got dizzy. He was having concussion symptoms. He felt them, but he was brushing them
It sounded like he
off.
was taking bumps, though.
Yeah, he didn't really get detailed on what happened, but he said he was training in the ring or something like that.
Yeah.
So you have to assume he took a bump.
I mean, he could have been hitting the ropes, and with his history, that would be enough even to
Maybe just moving around, yeah.
He means
Yeah.
to be in a bubble, yeah.
Maybe, I don't know. Maybe you should lose the weight and then take a bump. I don't know. But then again, if you look at Mick, you're like, don't fall down. Nobody over how old is Mick now?
58.
I can't laugh. If I fall down, it's a struggle for me.
I was gonna say nobody over 55 should be falling down on purpose.
With my
That's
back
bad.
wheel, I fall down. It's gonna take me some time to get back up.
I'm trying to remember. Did Ric Flair take bumps, flat back bumps on his last match? He did what he was,
Oh, his
or
last
was he just
match.
or was he crumpling and
See,
just
his last match, he
slowly
was
falling?
70-something.
Yeah,
He was taking flatbacks into
He
his
was taking-
60s, is all I was
Yeah.
going to say. Older than Mick's age. Right? TNA would have been in that range.
That's true. He was also on the. How old was he in the WWE range when Triple H got him on that Charles Glass program?
02, he would have been 53.
That's young.
Gee, Christmas. So I like that Mick underlined. My family is urging me to also be take the hint.
But more than that, it was just depressing. It was just there's not going to be any follow-ups. He could still lose weight. That was the whole point to this.
Yeah.
Right.
So
It's
is he going to keep losing weight?
No, man. He's fucking...
He's gonna put on more. He's gonna
some
be over
Doritos
4
right
by
now.
the time. Yep. We're so
What if
encouraging.
he-
We're
No, I was going to say, what if Tony
I-
Khan? What if Tony
yeah.
Khan reaches out to him and is like, "Hey, if you lose X amount of pounds, I'll bring you on as a manager." You'll get your
That's
payday.
not going to be enough for him. I think he's
You'll
got
get your
to.
payday.
He's got to.
Well,
Like in the Jake the Snake rule, Tony Khan keeps giving him a charity pay. Doesn't want him to fall off the wagon.
I'm sure that conversation's taken place before. Like, I think it's all or nothing with Mick. Like,
Yeah.
his entire legacy was invalidated because Vince pooped on somebody's head.
I mean, a death match wouldn't even require him taking bumps.
Not
Think about it,
really.
Get up though, like you're good. Like
He
even
definitely
just-
wants to go. He said he was
I
having
know
some
he
wild
he would
ideas.
want to take bumps. Yes.
He wants to go through a flaming table. He wants to get hit in the head with like a bat or something like that.
go down on the tax.
Yes, he wants to hit the tax. He wants to fall off of height, or do a nesty plunge for one time only.
Man, that sucks. We didn't get this.
I kind of was looking forward to it.
I was gonna make the trip wherever it was. Like that was a big enough thing for me where I'm like, I will be in the building.
Nick is listening to this and is like, maybe
I'll
if
flip
I
it
get the Bryan Danielson brain healing treatment.
He needs to start doing the blood cycling. That'll
He just needs to go into one of those water tanks or whatever Bryan Danielson was doing. What do they call that when you're like in the
Hydrotherapy.
I don't know what he was doing. He was like in the Star Wars back tank. Yeah, he was in the hyperbaric. He's getting healing his brain slowly but surely.
I remember they tried to do that to Bernie Kosar, who was exhibiting CTE symptoms. But he still regularly gets hammered on the weekends, so no one can gauge if it's worked or not.
Can you imagine a world where that was available to? Do you think the wrestlers back in the day would have done this? If they were like, hey, you got to get in this chamber, take some time off, get in this chamber.
Listen, I don't believe in the chamber.
You don't think it works?
You don't heal nerves.
You don't think Danielson's brain is okay?
I hope it is, but
it's not. Let's be honest.
I don't know. Why are my glasses crooked? There we go. Interesting. Okay. And then anything else? I mean, Goldberg. Did we talk about that? Goldberg said, "I'm tired of hearing Brett complain about me."
I think we had.
Brett complaining about Goldberg is never gonna get old, but he cost him millions of dollars, like generational wealth.
Does Brett think it's the Paul Levesque era? Is he excited for the Paul Levesque era?
I know. I'd love to know.
I can't wait for the hubris. It's going to come for him, and when he falls,
Well, I mean, everybody has said that.
Brett never really
he
kisses
seems-
the ring in his opinions of people.
no.
Like, even when he's friendly with the company, he's not afraid to do a Sean Oliver interview where he, talks about Sean being a phony or something.
I don't know. He, I thought to myself, oh, this will bite them in the, they must think one thing. They're like, oh, we're gonna go hard on underlining it's Paul, not Vince. Naming an era specifically after a guy seems like a real roll of the dice.
Even if it wasn't Triple H, even if it was like, I wouldn't even name something like the Fred Rogers era because you never know. You never know with anybody. That's
the Mel Phillips era, the Pat Patterson era. I'm talking about ring crew and stuff. Eventually, I think Mike Chioda was running things. Not alleging anything. I'm just saying Mike Chioda era of setting up the ring. I was thinking about Mel Phillips today, and I was like, some of these refs kind of rose in the ranks of being like, I set up the ring before the show. Are those are the guys that just like slapped Mel Phillips around and went, don't fucking touch me? Are those the guys that stick around and they're like, you know what, you should be a ref?
Or they aged out of it.
Or they aged
oh God.
I'm just curious where a guy how that whole all that.
Are you
works.
talking about the Cream Team, which is what it's called in Sex Lives and Headlocks?
No,
Some people call them the cream team. the
I was down my
Rainbow
little
Days.
rabbit hole, and Sabu was just going on and on about,
Mm.
Vince is gay. He hires gay men because he's gay. The ring, Mel Phillips had boys in every town. And what else? Pat Patterson, I laughed when he called. What was Pat Patterson's longtime boyfriend?
Louis.
Yeah, he looked like Spike Dudley, according to Sabu. And then he was like, "What was the other guy? Sylvester." He couldn't remember. Yeah. All
Fucking
right.
Grenier was left Patterson's estate.
Damn.
Yeah.
There you go. It all worked out. So we open the book with chapter 8, Training Your Abs. There's an unsettling picture of Triple H's chin peeking out as he flexes his abs. And then he kind of proceeds to tell you, I'm not really an ab guy. I don't have any notes. He's just like, work your abs. It's not about lifting, it's about cardio. Don't believe the commercials that say you can get your abs in 5 days. He works abs when he can, every so often. He says twice a week.
Yeah.
Then he goes into sets, and then he says here, the exercises you see in the photos of the color pages on page 44 through 48 will help you chisel the rectus abdominis, the long vertical muscle that runs from the rib cage to the pubic bone. And I was like, color pages 44 through 48. And I was looking and I'm going, well, 48 and 44 through 48 for me were just text and him talking about. And so then I was like, this is so shoddy. Like the paperback, you're like, this is like, they did not give a shit. They slapped that thing. They're like, the formatting's wrong. It doesn't make sense. Nobody cares. Moving on. Nobody's buying this book, by the way. Which is then, why do you even put it in paperback then? If you really,
That's a good question. Yeah.
And he says again, for detailed instructions on the exercises in this chapter, see color pages 44 through 48. Which then I started asking the question, because he does this throughout the book for the rest of it that I was reading, this section where he's talking about exercises. He keeps going, go back. Remember when I laid it out like rep for rep, the whole breakdown with the reps and the charts? He keeps going, go back to that to know what I'm talking. And then why are we talking about it again? Like, what are we doing? We're rehashing an exercise chart. He's just re-breaking down that stuff.
What the chart says, yeah.
Yeah, yes. He's like, he'll say like, I do these reps with these sets. He's like, yeah, I know. You wrote it down. Okay.
Do you think he thought anyone would get something out of this?
You know why it's in paperback? Because he gives them to the NXT.
Oh no!
It's in the locker, and you're like, "Welcome back," welcome basket with the property performance center XXL shirt, and you're.
I'm trying to think if there's anybody on the main roster or even NXT roster that are like body guys. Like body guys, like how there used to be a lot.
Hey, maybe Sheamus.
Oh, there you go.
He was Triple H's workout boy. Maybe that's how he got in with him. Yeah. I really love that book, fella. That the workout book.
Yeah, it was an IT.
He's like, yeah. Did it change your life?
Yeah, I was an IT guy. He's real bulky, working IT. I love that when people go, he worked IT in Ireland.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, he was going to your computer in your office and going, you need to shut it off and turn it back on. With his red hair. Interesting.
They all have red hair.
Yeah. So I guess it wasn't. If I was sitting there, I'd be like, "Man, your hair's red," but there they just go, "Yes, another man with red hair." Maybe it was a dark-haired lass.
I know
Uh,
there's some, but
my chapter 9. He's posing on the other page, which would be in the paperback, page 114. His back looks like an ass. My punishment went on for 6 months, a year. I don't know exactly. He knew. He knew.
Yeah, he had the days.
It wasn't like I was called back in the office one day and told, "Okay, we're putting your career back on track." And you know what? He's actually glad. He says, "I'm glad. I'm glad all this went down the way it did." He wasn't a mature enough performer at the time, and that time off where he was being punished, taking L's, he learned a lot. It took him longer to get to the top, and he learned so much. True, he learned how to be a man in the business, which is this, by the way. I know this is in 2004. No one has ever described AAA. They either describe him as like a dork or a guy that's just like, am I going, the famous, am I going over or not? Like, I don't know where this man, being a man and like being very like, he's rubbing his chin, he's thoughtful about things. He was just like a wrestler who was like, am I winning or what am I doing tonight? The end. I always think back to the Ivory story where he was hearing guys call each other Oos, the Samoans. And so he started saying Oos.
who is this?
Triple A. Ivory tells a
Oh.
story that
Oh,
he was
okay,
always,
okay.
because of who he was dating and his whole just kind of general demeanor, he was the boys, but he was never one of the boys.
Yeah.
And then to underline it, her story was, we had Samoans and they would call each other Oos, or people that they were friends with, they would call him Oos, which means brother. And Triple H started saying Oos to people. And the reaction was like, oh. So he'd walk up to like Rikishi and be like, hey, Oos. And Rikishi would be like, what's up?
That sounds right.
Yeah. Yeah, and she's telling it like he's kind of cringe. He's harmless, but he's kind of cringe. That
He's
was
Michael Scott. We've said it before. He's Michael Scott.
I watched his first his first pay-per-view match, SummerSlam '95 against Sparkplug Bob Holly.
Mhm.
It was the shits. Although he got a pretty big pop for hitting the pedigree at the end. Maybe people just hated Bob Holly.
I remember thinking the pedigree was cool. I've always
Okay.
thought that movie is cool.
It is.
Okay.
Well, and there was nothing like it at the time either.
No, you're right. Yeah.
I don't think it's
But also they really did a good job. I mean, you knew the pedigree that it was over. No one really kicked out of it too much. I don't recall.
I was out in '95, so yeah, I never really.
There's that clip of him where he just like drills the job guy like right on the top of his head.
So he's like, he's kind of jumping around, but he's kind of getting around to the creation of DX.
Hey, one other observation. So I was on Cage Match trying to find what would be his early pay-per-view matches.
Mm.
They're playing like the fucking Rahway High School gym.
Oh yeah.
Headlined by Bundy versus Bigelow.
Oof, yeah.
And Triple H is working underneath. And all sorts of those kind of shows.
My brother just delivered all my old wrestling magazines to me. I don't know why he had them, but and the top one was the Christmas issue with Bundy with Ted DiBiase. But like they're posing, it's Christmas themed. But yes, I have now all these of that era. These magazines. That's when I started buying the magazines.
94.
Probably 93, 94, and it's dire. A lot of Bret Hart covers.
Yeah.
Well, he now according to him, business was booming. That's why they had to keep going over to Europe. Because business was so hot in the States. So they're in Springfield, Massachusetts. Sean and Triple H are going through. They see Jack Lanza talking to someone at the bar. We could see it was a woman as we got closer.
That's
Jack,
a weird thing to put in. Like Jack, yeah.
Jack jumped up and yelled out to us before we even spoke. Well, all right, here they are. These are the two guys you should really be talking to. He was looking to get out of the conversation. And so he's pawning this woman over, and she is Chyna. And she's got a resume in her hand for some. Now, I was like, what, is this legit? And then I watched a Shawn Michaels interview, and he said it. Springfield, Massachusetts, lands at the bar. The whole thing. He was
Wait,
like,
where did he say that?
he was doing like an inside the ropes interview.
Oh, okay. And he tells this story.
And he said, he was talking about Chyna. He said, Springfield, Massachusetts, at the bar, Lanza.
Okay.
We saw this big woman. And then, to just get off a little off top, Shawn Michaels goes on about, like, I don't know about anybody but you, but I think she was one of the sexier women we've ever hired. And he was like, just something about her. And he's like, raise your hand. Like, and then keeps going. He goes, she couldn't have done any. She should if she had done nothing to herself and just stayed how she was.
Triple H says all this.
Triple H says this in this book, or in
No,
general?
I'm asking you.
No,
who are you talking
Shawn
about?
Michaels. Shawn Michaels is saying.
Oh,
this.
Shawn Michaels is saying this. Okay, sorry.
Yes, he's basically doing the aura speech of like she could have done nothing to herself.
Recently?
This looked. It was pre him running NXT for sure because he's doing this independent.
Okay.
But he's definitely older. You know, he's got the cowboy.
Okay,
He's dressed like
okay.
he dresses.
Trying to hide the eye.
You always got to know the fucking context of years when it comes to these wrestling stories.
Oh, yeah. Like, what is the current truth of that year?
Let me see if it was posted. I'll look it up right now.
No. But that reads that makes sense. So
But
post her
still,
death.
he seemed genuine. I feel like coming from that interview and then seeing other clips that Shawn Michaels was a big Chyna supporter. At least in the role of envisioned, he thought she was unique. He had some kind of horned up thing for like where he thought she was some kind of sexy in her kind of way, which, hey, maybe he's ahead of the curve with like how things are now where people are like, please kill me. They want big, strong women smashing their head.
Oh, yes.
You know what I mean? Like Shawn was a proto of that. He's trying at the bar.
We had that back then because that's what Nicole Bass used to do.
You wanted Nicole Bass to squash your head?
No, but she got paid. That is what she did. Was to
that's
beat
fair,
guys
but
up
I'm saying nobody in the crowd was going, "Ooh boy, Nicole Bass."
You mean so of the wrestling mainstream?
I'm saying Shawn Michaels is saying on record, I was attracted to Chyna, physically attracted, sexually attracted to Chyna. That's what he said.
Interesting.
And then he makes the crowd like, raise your hand. Am I wrong? And he's like, okay, I'm not wrong. Other people were. There's the early episode of Raw where he's dinking around with her like once she's wearing the butt chaps or whatever. You know what I mean? She's wearing like the chaps to her butt, and he was like, show your butt. He keeps he's always wanting to play with her in the ring when they're doing promos. Like, come on, be sexy. He's doing that bit with her, and she's being very kind of demure and folding her arms. She should have dated. He was married still. He was married, but he should. I think Shawn was the better choice in the end, maybe. Chyna and Shawn. What's that alternate reality?
Ooh, well, she would have had to have stuck with him through like the 2
I think
years
she
of being
would've.
unemployed and pilled up.
I think she. Well, yeah. Maybe would she have also then gotten pilled up with him?
Right.
No question.
Yeah. Do they find God together? Think about that.
No.
And they find God together and they come back together.
Rarely does that happen as a couple.
Yeah.
Interesting. Okay. The first thing you noticed about her was that she was huge, says Triple H. Not fat, muscular.
Thick.
And then his caption next to the Chyna picture is, Chyna was the ninth wonder of the world, but she was even more impressive in the gym. Okay.
But don't they
Sean,
claim she was trained by Kowalski?
yeah. And then he says, I knew her from my hometown, and we would train together when I was at home in my hometown. That's where I was like, he knows her before all this. But
Yeah.
Sean,
Okay.
in Sean's interview, he doesn't say, oh, and then Hunter knew her.
Right.
But it's like, but he was aware. How are you not aware of a woman that's that big
Yeah.
in your town that is also training in the school you trained at? You know,
Yeah.
something. It's Sean and Triple H are looking at each other and they're doing the Are you thinking what I'm thinking? Here's my new bodyguard.
Maybe Triple H had to, like, that's a story he has to tell for some reason, because
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. I know she was doing independent. I understand she was doing I don't know if she was Screamer #3 or whatever from Killer Kowalski. Like he was like, what if you scream? But she was doing independent shows
Yeah.
locally. I mean, I don't. Does she see why? What's her plan? What's her goal? Because they said, okay, so she was going to meet Lanza somewhere, but then he wasn't there, so she tracked him down to the bar. That's the story that they were telling. Like that's why she was there with her resume, because they were supposed to have a meeting.
Yeah.
And she missed him.
we'll have to read Chyna's book.
China's book's a whopper. It's there's some tall tales in there, I've been told.
Oh
Perfect.
Because hers was right, 2001, like Wilson was saying. Yeah, she like buries her upbringing really bad, like more so than it actually was.
Yeah.
It's everybody else's fault. Is what I remember Meltzer saying about the book.
So I was putting in there just for the record, Meltzer's writing on Chyna. God, I know he's got a poor history of writing about women in during that time. Man,
During that time.
yeah, maybe all the time afterward.
Oh, about the Saturn line?
Just that, and just like Meltzer Meltzer challenged not writing about women in an unkind way. Impossible. Him being like the takeaway from her final match is that her big old implants can't in that tiny little top keep flopping around. It's like I'm looking at the top and going, it's fine. It's about on par with anything else these days. It's built for support.
Yeah, that was a really weird comment, because when you showed that clip or whatever, I wasn't thinking like, oh god. I was like, that's just a wrestling top.
Yeah, it was like I'm watching the match. I'm like, it's fine. She is, of course, adjusting it all the time, but I mean, who not adjusting their gear? Like, I don't know. It's Dave. I don't know. He definitely had a thing like very like the word mannish gets thrown all around a lot in those observers. Mannish. Lots of what? Yeah.
Dave fucks. And he's not afraid to tell you who's a 10 and who's not.
Well, then
we pull up the tongue picture? Bring up the tongue picture.
Then what's up with the Sable stuff where he's like, yeah, her and her bolt-ons.
He was saying that?
Yeah, it's when Sable would be around, he would always comment about like...
That's because that's all Sable was.
God, Dave. You have a daughter. Come on, Dave. We had her resume and we told her we'd pass it around. And I love that Triple H was passing around his resume. Mick was passing around his resume. Chyna's passing around her resume. They should just be Stu Hart's son. That would take care of a lot of this resume shit and hustling and grinding. They should just be Brett.
And
then Vince just is like, I'll buy you out. I'll bring on your boys. Done. And then Brett gets to sit on the undercard going, I should be in the main event. Don't they know I'm Stu's son? Hello.
Who are you taking a shot at here, though? Is what I don't
Take a
get.
shot at Brett. And
Oh.
Brett being like,
Can't help it.
the way he
Could
well,
have been
no,
like
look,
Smith Hart. He didn't
he
fucking
can't.
hire
Yes,
Bruce.
he can't. Okay, he can't help it. But at the same time, Brett definitely had this chip. Like he was one of the. He was. You know what? He hates Triple H, but he has that kind of like he was one of the boys, but also he didn't get invited to that coke room. He had to knock on the door, and then they went, "Is he
Penis.
cool? Is he okay?"
I should go potty, bud.
Yeah.
So they pitched it to Vince. He hated it. They're like, "What if we have a female heater?" That's essentially right.
A heater?
That's what they call like a body.
Yeah,
guy?
like it's like the
Heater.
manager, like that does
Okay.
just like the bullshit stuff.
Come on, you're a territory guy. Come on.
Oh, okay. I didn't know that was
Oh.
territory talk.
That's like a Paul Jones type.
Okay. That's perfect.
Vince goes, "That's just stupid. Nobody's going to want to get their ass kicked by a girl." He says he offers up his art, but it's like Sean and him, and Sean does say in that interview, he's like, we were pushing the China thing. He says a couple of years they were trying to push this thing of
That's
like,
what I'm saying. Yeah.
and he does say part of the problem is no one knew who she was. Vince was hesitant about that. We're bringing in just one random woman. Okay, he didn't know her. What is it? Okay, which that also then 2 years. I'm thinking so Triple H did know. Like he was aware of her, or you know.
But how do you become aware of her? Just bring her in for a fucking dark match tryout.
Well, that's the like.
I'm surprised though she wasn't like a bigger deal on the indies or getting like more coverage like in the after mags or stuff like that, because like she's got a, you know what I mean, like she is very unique and like.
You know what? I was thinking about that exact same thing, but thinking about how much worse do you think she looked?
Oh, yeah.
Doing stuff, because she was kind of always a clown show, but
yes, no,
think about her in '95 in fucking West Newbury doing a spot show.
But yeah, but then you think about women's wrestling
something.
in the United States. Also, that is pretty dire. Like that's too. Like who's Vince bringing her in against to check out her work? Like women's wrestling at that time.
Yeah, that's why I wouldn't have even thought about.
That's also, yeah, he's probably like, oh, okay, then are we gonna have her wrestle? Is she just a manager? Like, what are we doing? Then she wrestles guys, and she becomes like, I only want to wrestle guys. And now women's wrestling is kind of, it's still not great, but they're like, we have enough women for you to, you can just do that. And she's like, no. And they're kind of almost better than they're definitely better than she is.
Sure.
And the bar is low. Like that Judgment Day match, which was her last match, that's rough. It's rough. She wants to just power bomb. She moves at half speed against Lita.
Oh, the women's match you're talking about?
Yeah, against Lita. Okay. She's moving at half speed. Lita's clearly quicker, and it's just Chyna's still like it's power spots. It's clumsiness. You know, Chris Jericho. If you type in if you just type in Chyna into YouTube, you're gonna get 100 results of Chris Jericho talking to another person about how Chyna was the absolute shits and difficult to work with.
If you're, a nerd like us, if you watch that match he had with her, he pulls something out of her, but she's on his back the whole time. I mean,
she's
a miracle.
Triple H writes, during this time, I'd gotten to know Chyna a little bit. She lived near me, so when I was home, I met her at the gym to train. This made me laugh out loud. I needed to make sure she wasn't a complete ding-dong. Before I kept working behind the scenes to bring her into the company.
Okay.
But then he has Triple H uses the word ding dong.
He would. I could see.
What is that? Look at that guy out there with the Pepsi tattoo. What a ding dong.
Simulating matches.
He remembers a day back in New Hampshire in the Gold's Gym.
What? What's wrong?
I know.
He remembers what his warm-up set was.
Yeah. Set of 135 pounds on the bench press.
That's why I got to keep
Like
the
it
journal,
yesterday.
man. Pen and paper.
Yeah, Bret Hart's writing notes like, this motherfucker said this and Vince said this. Triple H goes home. He's keeping a journal of...
Cornette's log in the house.
Yeah, Cornette's log in the
And
house.
then Triple H is logging how many fucking sit-ups.
Yes, he's rocking reps. And he's going, had a cheeseburger, acid reflux, cut back on red meat for next 2 days. He's logging that guy. I love that Bret hates Triple H. They're both journaling at night, but one guy's journaling about reps.
The other guy's journaling about reps.
Oh yeah, Bret's journaling about reps.
From
I love that. That
Rosie in Newark.
yeah, Triple H is putting in his book, oh, I fucked. And then Bret's like, I fucked. And he's like, and now here's some graphic detail about it. I was thinking when I was reading it, and they were like, we saw Black Jack Lanza at the bar talking to this woman. I was like, was Bret at the end? You know, he said he would post up at the end of the bar.
Yeah.
Was Bret there sending out his vibe at the end of the bar with his fingers locked into the loops and kind of smoky eyes? He's like, oh, that woman. Because I was thinking, then I went on. What was Bret saying about Chyna? He was just always like, yeah, Triple H was fucking a man. That was generally like the end, the beginning and end of it. When he would talk about Chyna in the book was like, she was on steroids. She would look like a man.
No, that's not true.
That wasn't in the book. I feel like that was the book.
No,
When you bring up
he
Chyna.
kind of complimented her, but he said it was clear she had massive plastic surgery done. Because it was when he visited backstage, like in 2000, and he said she looked ghastly. I remember that word was ghastly.
God. So Hitman's saying pass, not
But he actually
smash.
kind of said, I think he actually might have even said pretty. So
Interesting. I don't remember. I'd have to listen back. This is why we need people to email in. They would remember. Even Colin has recollection.
I wish we could find a picture of the nasty girl.
Nasty girl. Oh, the black woman that
Yes.
that kept harassing him. You know that why it got that escalated because he talked to her on the phone. He got nasty with Nasty Girl on the phone.
Of course. He did.
Yes, that's why it escalated. So he starts with the 135 on the bench press for the warm up. She was cool with that, and I was impressed that a woman can handle so much weight on a warm up set. Kicked it up to 225 on the next set, then to 275. She's barely breaking a sweat. Then I made a call. What do you want to do next? She said 315. Triple H pauses. He's like, "Oh shit!" So she whacked. I was gonna say rack, but he doesn't say rack. She whacked out 2 perfect reps on 315. This was a potentially humiliating situation to deal with. He's sweating. He's like, "Oh shit!" I barely squeezed out 2. Tried to do a third to make it look good, but she had to pull the bar off of me.
Yeah.
Then he says, I got up, held my shoulder and said, yeah, shoulder's been bugging me lately. Don't want to push it there on the last rep. And then I immediately started viewing her as my equal in the gym.
Good.
Okay.
He talks
I like
about
that he's
that
in-
in the MTV thing.
Why does Triple H, he's a bodybuilder. He's a bodybuilding fanatic. He's like, oh my god, a woman who bodybuilds. Was not uncommon in that world. What are we talking about?
Yeah.
He's never seen a bodybuilding woman, a woman that could lift weights. He's in Massachusetts for a show. That's all he said. Vince calls him into the office in the building. Sean is injured. Needs to take some time off. He's going to hand over the title.
That was Springfield as well.
Wow,
That's Thursday.
what a
Raw
whirlwind.
Thursday.
So now I'm trying to think of Sean. He's thinking about doing this Lost My Smile thing, but he's also still scouting. He's like, whoa, shit, we should bring this woman in for our future group that I won't be a part of. I'm leaving. He's looking out for the future. Vince goes,
Yeah, you're right. That timeline doesn't add up at all because they're not in DX yet.
But they were thinking about it. They're planning it. I wish Sean would.
That
clue
sounds
in
hard to
Triple H.
believe.
Well, I mean,
Hunter
that's
was
what
still kind of a
says.
blue blood type character. So he's
They wanted to do
this.
the click.
Okay.
He said, well, he says later that even back when Scott and Kevin were at the company, they were like, we should do a group. Instead of wrestling each other, we should be just bearing everybody.
Can you imagine those 4 or 5?
Would it have gotten over in that?
No.
If everybody's geeks and they're just running rampant. Maybe, hey, give Vince his flowers. He said no to that idea.
Yeah.
Vince goes, this show is going to suck. It's the biggest downer in the world. I need to have something big in the beginning of the show that'll be incredible high for the fans. I need you to lose the Intercontinental title to Rocky Maivia. Okay, whatever you need me to do. And this is a very Vince line. I believe this line occurred. Thanks. I'll tell you what. I'll let you try the thing with the woman. But she's your responsibility. She turns out to be a flake, it's on you. Like that. Vince always asks for something and then goes, I'll give you a little something.
Mm-hmm.
Sean went out in front of the cameras later that night and gave his infamous I've lost my smile speech. I lost the Intercontinental Championship to a newcomer named Rocky Maivia. We started putting together plans for Chyna's official entrance into the World Wrestling Federation. And then that's that. No comment or story. It's just that's what happened. He goes, Rocky became The Rock, something everybody has to put in their books. Even in 2004, he's putting this in.
I thought Chyna was brought in because Mr. Hughes kept missing his dates.
That's what Dave wrote.
Yeah. Oh, right. Okay.
And he called her. You can tell how Dave is slowly getting information, and then he'll get like correct information. Because by then he's like, "That's Joni Laurer." But when he first writes his very first writing of her, it's Joni Lee.
That was a wrestling name.
Yeah, but then he does the print. This is a northeastern bodybuilder named Joni Lee. It's like, all right, Dave, hunt down that information. He called somebody, and they're like, "Yeah, it's Joni Lee." And he's like, "Oh, okay." Because what did he say about the Rock? And one of those observers, formerly Dwayne,
the wrong spelling on Dwayne.
Dwayne Johnson is like, was Dwayne? Did he ever work under that? Like not Dwayne DW? He worked under DUANE. Or did the Rock have to call him and go, "You're spelling my name wrong a lot."
Dave was using a U. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, UANE. DUANE.
Oh, you mean just like for your... Yeah, I don't... Listen, sometimes... I don't know. He's a fucking single-man journalist.
I know. I don't want to get into Dave's grammar and like some... I even, when I posted one of the things into our chat, I went and edited Dave. The sentence was all fumbled up, and I went, okay, I'm just going to do it right now. The no word should be here, and this word should be here. Now it makes sense.
Hey, he was banging this out on a typewriter. Don't have
It doesn't
time
just
for,
take him. Just doesn't take an hour just to reread it before hitting. Like, you know what I mean? Sending it to the press. It doesn't take him.
sending it to the press.
You know what I mean? He literally hits the final word and he's like, "Good enough for me." Print. Just read it back one time. So he says they had that idea. They wanted the clique to be a thing. They wanted it to be a group. The reason why Vince never wanted them to be a group, including the clique, whatever DX, the whole idea, the idea is a group of guys who had a good time being around one another and had each other's back every step of the way, sort of like the Four Horsemen, but with our unique twist on it. In that, I'm guessing, okay, so what's the unique twist? The Four Horsemen took the business seriously, and they did not. Is that the twist? That they're like, dude, this is dumb. This is so dumb. You're dumb. Everyone's dumb. What a unique twist.
Yeah, it's hard to picture.
Vince didn't like the idea. Groups never work out. They're never as big as the single guy. I really wanted to unpack this. Vince doesn't like stables because the group is never as big as the single guy. I mean, he's right in that nobody's like, I love just the idea of the stable. Like, just that, just the stable. I've come here just to see the group. NWO got to there, but also was about Hogan. You know, it was about those guys. Like, he's right in that, yes.
If you have a star, he's right.
But then,
because you can have a stable that's greater than the sum of its parts, but it's like a mid card.
Yeah,
stable.
I don't know. The Shield be like something that like people were like obsessed about the Shield, and then no one was really ever. When they were the Shield, no one was really like, "Oh shit, that guy! Look out for that guy! He's the star."
Maybe
you could say Roman, but like he was stuck in a tag team with Seth. Like,
yeah,
Dean was the singles guy. I don't know. Vince doesn't like groups because they're never bigger than the single. But then he's also
from a business standpoint, like if you've got, then you're negotiating against, 4 people rather than one person.
That might have been what he's thinking. He's thinking, do I really want a group with Scott Hall, Kevin Nash, Shawn Michaels, Triple H, and Sean Waltman? He's already like almost cowed to them. Like, who do you want to work with? But now
Vince
they're all allied.
Vince never really did do stables, though. Think about it.
No, that was
other than like the Heenan family could be like the only.
And
that's not even a thing. Yeah,
that was so loose.
Money Inc.
He only does groups, and Paul Levesque also does the same thing. You got to have the same look, and when I say you have to have the same look, I mean you have to have the same skin color. Then he will definitely put you in a group. Nation of Domination. True. He was like, "What do I do with all these guys? What if they were a group?"
I've got all these Bariquas.
And then he put Owen Hart in. there. What was that about?
That feels like a Russo thing.
Oh. I mean, Owen and the Nation. God, Owen was just the best.
Even that, he made that work. You're like, why is he in this group? He made Shawn Michaels calling him a nugget work. I am not a nugget. Let's see. What does he say? We're degenerates, arrogant, sophomoric antics. It made us the hottest thing in sports entertainment, not named Stone Cold Steve Austin. I appreciate that because I feel a lot of times Paul wants us to forget about Stone Cold Steve Austin.
Sure.
And also in this book in 2004, Bill Goldberg, any number of things that were much hotter than DX, NWO.
Yeah.
Is Paul secretly deep down in his heart happy that so much of Steve Austin's career is tied to Vince McMahon? That just means more DX rewriting of history. Can't show you the Steve Austin clips, sorry.
I don't know. We never.
Like, what are they going to show
You
if they're
don't hear
erasing
much.
Vince?
You never. Other than the 99 story, you posted the Observer shit today.
Yeah.
You never really hear much about those two's relationship. Is all I was gonna say. Right?
Yeah, that even that line of like, "Hey, Austin, it doesn't not want to put. He agreed to put him over. It's not about that." I don't know. I feel like the way Dave presented it when I was reading about it at the time when Austin is kind of going through injuries and kind of trying to figure himself out. He's just being very political, but not. Dave wrote. I don't know if I posted that in the chat. Somebody reached out to him and was like, "It's you, Dave, are making it sound like he's hard to work with. He's actually a model employee, and it's just like specifically brought up. Yes, Jeff Jarrett. He doesn't want to work with him because he's annoyed by him. He didn't work with Billy Gunn because of this, and this. It wasn't about like annoyance or anything like that. And that he's just very savvy about who he should and should not work with. But he doesn't like kick up shit. You know, he's just very like, this is who my character is. Like, he's very protective. He's very political about when it comes to making money. He's like the anti-CM Punk. He actually wants to make money and make the right proper moves. Correct?
No.
What?
I think Steve would disagree with you.
You think Phil wanted to work with the Elite?
Yeah.
I posit he did not want to work with the Elite.
Only if they would do what he wanted.
Said that he wanted to, knowing that they would not. Because of things he was
get a
doing.
body slam over. Phil did.
I thought it was MJF.
Well, I just remember specifically watching, because that's when I watched, is the Punk stuff of them trading body slams and getting popped. So maybe you're okay. No more.
Look, I will say that I don't know if Gus agrees with me. The Elite trios in Chicago after the Punk stuff when they came back, and they were getting booed.
Yep.
But Matt Jackson recreating the CM Punk, I can't do the buckshot lariat. Kenny Omega biting the guy's arm, or getting bitten. The guy was biting him. I can't remember.
Ace Steel.
It was just so good. It was so good.
I hated it.
That match, I was cackling during that match.
No, I was like, grow the fuck up and like move on. Don't air your like business in public like that.
No, come on. That's good. That's good stuff.
How has Dynamite been doing with the Bucks being featured lately? How are those?
I don't know. I don't know. All I know is that I always just like whatever they're doing. I think I enjoy it. That's all I got. I do enjoy it. I think Nick is a maniac. I think Matt Jackson's annoying. I think he enjoys being annoying.
Which one's Balding Buck and which one's Pie Face Buck? That's how I know them as.
Nick Jackson has trouble, and he's the younger one.
Okay.
I just think of it as like they are really obsessed with what's the two guys that they still wrestle?
Because I know Brian Last actually likes one of them's work, but not the other.
Dave's big thing is that Nick Jackson could be legitimate, like a Ray Phoenix level, like single star.
Okay, so he's the one you're talking about. I can't
But then,
remember
but
which
then
one.
he also is like Matt Jackson has been selling. Like Dave has been worked by Matt
Yeah.
Jackson's back for like
Yeah.
a decade now, where
Yeah.
he's like, where he's like, Matt
He's
Jackson's
doing-
got back problems. Like for it's been 10 years now, and it's like, I think he's got you hook, line, and sinker, Dave. You see him holding his back? Yeah, every match, Dave. Every match, he's got you. I know. What's the tag team where they're like still wrestling? Oh, the Rock and Roll Express. You know the guys.
Yeah, I don't know.
You know
Do
the
I?
guys, right? One guy looks
Yeah,
like Joe
Rock and Roll
Flaherty.
Express.
One guy looks like Joe Flaherty, rest in peace, and the other guy looks like a grandma.
Yeah, that's the rock and rolls.
Yeah.
You're
Yeah,
looking up Joe
that's a
Flaherty?
good. Yeah.
Yeah.
Joe Flaherty
I
with
know-
a lazy eye.
Yeah, Nick. I feel like Nick Jackson is the. I think they didn't do this that long ago where they walked out of the room and then those guys walked in wearing their clothes or something like that.
Well, I was at
Nick
the
Jackson
show
is-
where the Rock and Roll Ricky Morton gave one of them a Canadian Destroyer.
Did you like
Oh
that?
yeah,
Oh yeah, I popped for that.
yeah, that was fun.
So you're a Young Bucks guy. You love them.
No, that match was that was not the private party, the Proud and Powerful match.
Oh, I
They
thought you were
put
talking
them
about.
over in like a way too long pay-per-view opener.
But yeah, Nick is like the Joe Flaherty guy, and Matt's the other guy, the grandma guy.
You think Matt's Ricky Morton?
Matt does do the selling, right? In the thing, he does do.
Okay,
Nick is the
okay.
offense. Nick is the hot tag. He does the whole
Okay.
sequence
I was
where he
just
runs
gonna
around
say,
the
if
ring.
people think Nick is the better worker, I don't know why you.
No, I'm
the
just going
opposite, but
by.
okay,
I'm going by. One guy is losing his hair, and one guy has his hair.
that's true too.
Then Sean decided he couldn't go on with his back in the condition it was, and he was ready to retire. That's literally, we went from a paragraph from like, he did his infamous, or three. He did his lost my smile speech, to now Sean's just like, I'm done. That's how quickly this book moves. Now we're
Yeah.
at Sean is retiring. He's ready to take over DX. There's the returning Sean Waltman. I love that he has then competing in her company as X-Pac. Yes, when he came back, he came back and said, okay.
Like, there's somebody reading this that is, oh yes, I am familiar with Sean Waltman, but
Yeah.
what?
Yes, and yes, he was the 1, 2, 3 kid, and then he was 6. Yes.
He was the Lightning Kid 1 week.
D-Generation X rose to levels of popularity that at times were mind-boggling to me. It was bigger than anything the business had seen in a long time.
Did you guys have kids that wore DX shirts at school?
No, I don't think so.
Yeah, we had DX shirts and NWO shirts.
I did see probably an NWO shirt, maybe. Wrestling wasn't very popular in my school.
Yeah. In my high school, I went to Catholic high school, so it was kind of snobby kids, but only the losers watched wrestling.
I didn't. I think I knew like a handful of
Me
people
included,
that watched
but-
wrestling. Yeah.
Yeah. Not losers, but yeah, not
Nobody was
captain of
going down the
football
hallway
team.
being like, "Did you see Raw last night?"
Yeah. A couple guys on the hockey team would like ask me about it, like, "What's
Yeah.
Stone Cold gonna do?" And I'd give them the Meltzer line of the week. That was the insider, yeah.
Yeah, okay.
So WCW is running buildings in the same town as WWE. Doing it like a week before or the week of, taking ticket sales away from them, what have you.
Food off plates.
It started to really piss us off, and I was like, "What? what Vince does? The same stupid shit you guys are still doing? Like, we'll run an NXT PLE the same day as an AEW pay-per-view. It's a week before a show in Roanoke. I like that he reminds. Before Roanoke, we were having a conference call to go over some of the creative planning for the event. Dash, I had started to help out a little bit with the booking. Okay.
Noted.
Somebody said WCW has a Nitro a few miles away in Norfolk. I blurted out, "Damn, I want to go over there right in the middle of their show and I don't know, do something."
Flex.
Noted shooter Paul Levesque.
Yeah, I was just so pissed at the situation that I had to say something. I didn't really mean it. I wasn't expecting to go over to Nitro. So then Russo calls and was like, "Bro," he doesn't write any of this, but he's like, "Bro, what if we go over to Nitro, bro?" And I guess, okay, here's the Vince quote. Should I add in the bros? "Bro, I was thinking about what you said yesterday and it got me thinking." That's so funny. "I was thinking about what you said yesterday and it got me thinking." Bro, what if we did do something like that?
I was thinking about what you said.
I was thinking, and then I was like, I'm thinking.
Oh, I'm thinking.
Well, then Paul says, "I don't know what you're talking about." And Russo reminded me what I said. I was immediately on board. So the Outlaws show up, and Road Dogg says, "Why is there a Jeep with a cane sticking out of it in the parking lot?" And Paul says, "That's for us. We're gonna do a gimmick tonight." He won't call it an angle or anything. We're gonna do a
gimmick. Hey, Oos.
Oos, we're doing a gimmick tonight. So Vince explains it. Somebody brings up, like, wait, what if they open the doors? Like, what happens then? And Vince is just like, well, Vince says, and I think Paul takes it the wrong way. Vince says, "Well, which wrestling show would you watch? The one that has none of them on it or the one that has all of them on it?" Thinking, well, if they open the doors, it'll be on our cameras, right?
Mm-hmm.
And not WCW's. But then
That's
Paul
how you
says,
took it, huh?
well, then Paul says, every sports entertainment fan in the country, that's his, every
God.
sports entertainment fan in the country would have flipped, hey, pro wrestling is back, Paul Levesque era. Every sports entertainment fan in the country would have flipped over to their show when we walked out on camera. That's not what Vince is saying. He's like, Vince wasn't worried about it because we'll be filming, and if they open the doors, that means WCW and WWE on camera. WCW wouldn't be filming the guys going, "What the hell's going on?" Like, what are we doing opening the door? Then Paul goes, "That's right. They would have flipped over to their show when we walked on. What, he thinks he's going on Nitro
Hey,
all of a
was
sudden?
it not pre-taped? Did
I
they
don't know.
not do this during the first hour of Nitro? And I think it aired on delay.
He legitimately thinks that they would have put him on Nitro because then he says, not letting us in the building or on their show was a great indication of how stupid many of the folks running WCW at the time were.
What?
I know, like,
He thinks, oh yeah, Vince is right. they would flip. Then he goes, they would flip over to Nitro to watch us on Nitro.
Mm-hmm.
And it's going, what are you talking? First of all, not only are you putting yourself in a situation.
It would be like a Russo thing where, yeah, everyone would talk about it, but if you just let them come down to the ring, you look like a bitch.
Dude,
And it's not followed up upon.
What would the benefit of them to be let you go into the ring and say anything? Even if they were like, if they had opened, they should have. I agree, they should have opened the doors, because then the DX people would have looked like, what are they going to do? They don't have the chops for that. They would have been like,
Right.
we're here, and then like, okay, come inside. They would not have gone inside. There's no way they would have gone
Jerry
inside.
Flynn on the front lines.
Yeah. There's no way
Inflation.
they would have walked in the building.
Jerry Flynn. A block.
So he literally just goes, so we flourished as DX for a while, and then in 1999 I wanted to be a singles guy, and so here we are. He's just moving forward again. And so he wants to be a main event WWE wrestler. From the good time leader of DX to a psychopathic pulverizer. I need to look the part. I needed to dedicate myself to the ultimate training program.
If that's the way, I don't know. I guess we kind of maybe take for granted, like when we ask, what is this person's gimmick?
Mm-hmm.
Like, why is Triple H really good at winning matches? He doesn't really pull it off in the way he wrestles. Because he's pretty lumbering and plodding, and
it's not very cerebral at all.
Right.
So
I would almost expect like a Tom McGee guy, like, you know, like a guy who's like athletic and in shape and cut.
Yeah.
That would be what Triple H is trying to be.
Now that you're saying that, it's flashing in me now, then and now. Because when you would listen to commentary during those matches, JR would be on and on. Triple H is a sick, sadistic son of a bitch. He's a cerebral assassin. He's this, and they're just brawls. You know, he's got the sledgehammer, but you know what I mean? They're just like brawl. You know what I mean? There's nothing really to him. You know, if anything, he was kind of cowardly sometimes, and he'd be like, "Oh no, the tables have turned. Oh no, I'm not equipped for this." So he's not a psychopath by any means. He's just kind of like a kind of jacked up, kind of intense, cowardly heel. Do you know what I mean? Almost the whole thing was that he's full of bravado, but when like his back is against the wall, he sneaks out. And I'm going, wait a minute, as we're talking, this is the Roman Reigns thing again, where commentary is going, acknowledge this man, the greatest world champion of all time. And then as the match is happening, they're going, he can never win without the bloodline. He's the most cowardly. Come on, give me a break. It's like, which is it? What's happening? What are we doing? Is he a coward? Is he just escaping with his victories? Or is he the most dominant champion of all time? You can't do both.
Yeah.
But then the guys in the crowd are putting up their finger. The Triple H didn't get that. I wonder if he watches Roman and goes, why wasn't I getting that? People in the crowd are putting up their finger. Number one, baby. And the whole thing, like Cody's acknowledging him and going, oh, he's so good. He was such a great champion. I thought, though, everybody wanted him to lose because he was never there. He's always cheating to win. He can never win on his own. Also, why did Cody win with all this help? Shouldn't have just been like, I've got, like, do you know what I mean?
Of course. And not even from that standpoint, it doesn't work either. But it also just, I don't know, it overshadowed him. You're just
can he beat Roman
nostalgia pops in the middle of your match. It's not. Again, can you imagine that happening to Stone Cold in '98 when he's finally winning the title against Shawn Michaels?
Bruno's coming down,
and Bruno comes in and gives Shawn a forearm, and then Kowalski comes out and clotheslines Bruno. And then Backlund
Pop
puts him
the-
in the chicken wing.
Freddie Blasie's out there with his cane.
That's what they should have done. They should have had Hogan come out to help because they don't. Nobody, Roman's a fake champion. Hogan comes out. Backlund comes out. Whoever the most distant relative of San Martino comes out. But that whole thing, it's like, oh, then the Undertaker. They're like, they couldn't even just not do it. They were like, well, Steve Austin. Who knows? There's no word on that. Everybody just assumes it was Austin. How do we know? Was he asked? Nobody knows. Has he said anything? They just assume it was Austin, and then they go, okay, it's Undertaker. And then people go, I saw somebody go, that's why. Somebody pulled up some clip of something, or somebody, it wasn't even like, oh, Roman retired Undertaker. That's why. No, it wasn't even that. It was just some clip. They found some random ass clip as to why, like, oh, it was the God damn, what was it? It was the Undertaker cutting some random ass promo about, oh, I was on his podcast. It was a clip of Undertaker saying, my heart sank when Cody was saying that he would finish it on another event and not at WrestleMania. And I've been in that position of being like, your turn isn't now, it's next time. And that's why. And they but the title of them taking out that clip was, that's why Undertaker helped Cody. From the podcast Undertaker does. They do, the fans now do the booking for WWE.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Somebody put up a theory about what Rock handed Cody. And somebody wrote, I was looking through the comments, somebody wrote, well, if it isn't now, it will be later when they read this.
Oh, God.
Because do they know what he put in his hand? Do you think they know, or are they just going to figure it out later, Vince style?
Who put what in whose hand?
Rock put something in Cody's hand
Last night?
and said, yes, and said, you don't even have to look at it. You know what it is. Don't break my heart again. And Cody's he's like nodding. He's getting teary-eyed.
It wasn't Dusty's watch.
That's what I assumed. No one brought that up. I'm looking through the comments. I assumed it was just a smashed up watch,
though, wasn't it? Or Nick Khan gave it to him.
Yes, I assumed it was just the smashed up, which means then he stole it from Cody. I don't know, but the theory was the one that got the traction was that it was one of Roman's little red beads or hook or whatever the little tooths.
Peppers.
I'm not gonna act
My
like
wife
I
thought
know.
they were
The
peppers.
Yeah, whatever. I'm not. Look, I'm sorry. I don't know what it is. It's not flowers. It's whatever it is.
Right.
And it's one of those from Roman's lay or
and
whatever.
it gives him power.
And the guy was going, now Cody actually is head of the table, and that's why Rock said, "Don't break my heart." Like, and I'm going, this is way more thought than anybody on the booking team is doing.
Yeah, that's.
I don't know.
It kind of convinces you because you know who was doing that. Thankfully, I've filtered them out of my algorithm. But the Liv Morgan fans were doing that during Rumble season, saying, "Look at all these signs. She's fighting Rhea. It's Rhea and Liv Morgan." What post? Yeah, now it is. No, but they thought the Mania program.
But now they will be. Now they're gonna go see.
Yeah, I don't. And like even I was like, is that really where we're pointing? No. I'm not stupid. It's not where we're pointing. Okay, but you buy it for a second.
Paul, maybe Paul might be smart enough that he loves when he does the little like look backstage and you see somebody. Nikki Cross has been back there for months. That no matter what, it could be months, it could be years. If he acknowledges anything, like I think he is very good about whatever. What are they murmuring about online? And if we just give him a slight nod.
I wouldn't even say very good. I'll just say he's a normal person, whereas Vince was just like a fuck it, who cares?
Yeah, well, okay.
Triple H is just at least paying attention to continuity.
Paying attention so that people get involved and go, oh, they know, or oh, they get a little like
QR
dose
code.
in their brain. They get a dose in their brain. Oh, God, the QR code. Dave loved those.
Hey, Uncle Howdy's showing up. You guys excited?
That'll be fun.
Guys, Uncle Howdy.
Do you remember? Nobody's bringing up this again. Remember when this was a thing that The Rock was holding up a finger, but he was also holding up his thumb.
Yes.
Instead of just being like, that's how somebody holds up. You know, some people do 3 or 3.
The German 3.
Yeah, some people do. Some people do 3 like this, and some people do 3 like this. He's just a guy that holds up. He has his thumb out when he holds up a 1. But people are going, and then Seth Rollins mentioned it, and then they went into a tizzy. People were sure that The Rock was going to turn. It was all part of the plan. Now, not brought up. Never mind. Wasn't anything. That's how Paul has him now. This man that wrote the book, I'm bringing it back. This man writing about his delts, his traps. He has people looking at hand gestures. They're looking at Raw like it's a Zapruder film.
Professional wrestling is back.
It's back. It's about hand gestures. It's about people way back, so far back by catering. And you're
I
like,
remember when Hacksaw Duggan was fighting Dr. Death in Mid-South.
Yeah.
And in the back, you could see one of the members of the Midnight Express, and it paid off 6 months later. No, I'm just kidding.
Leading up to WrestleMania, they had Drew McIntyre talking to Paul Heyman in the background, and people were like, "Oh my God, Drew is going to be in the thing, and he's going to do something to help do this or that." Nothing. Doesn't mean nothing. That meant nothing.
The idea of Bobby and just hanging out in the back for 6 months, though.
Did you see Bobby? I know. Did you? What would it? Yeah, Jake the Snake was talking to Greg the Hammer Valentine.
His nipples were hard.
Put him on the snake pit, and he wore
Greg,
yellow shoes.
if you read lips, you can see Greg say, "I like your snake." Did I borrow?
By the way, did you watch any Dark Sides yet this season?
Not this last. No,
Okay.
after they ran out of the big
Valentine
ones.
was interviewed for the Beefcake one.
Mm-hmm.
So the Beefcake one, you remember when he was working the toll station for the Boston Metro?
Yeah.
And no, they found his Coke, and they thought it was anthrax. Because it was after 2001.
Yeah,
Oopsie.
yeah.
Even still to the Vice people, Beefcake is saying it's not Coke. He's saying it was headache powder, which I've never heard of headache powder.
What is he from the 1860s? He's like, just enough for the headache
But
powder.
and even Missy Beefcake is on board. She's like, I could understand how people could think it was cocaine. They cut to fucking Valentine, who's so fucking weathered and old. He's like, do you want to know the truth? It was cocaine.
Just like a saddled bear.
Yeah.
Do you want to know the truth? It's okay. Is he just wait now? Now does the person go, Greg? Are you assuming, or do you know?
No, you don't do that as a documentarian.
Hey, I'm just. If I was the guy, I'd be like, I just don't want Brutus to sue you for libeling him on this program. Nobody ever would. Come on, Brutus doing cocaine. Brutus the Barber Beefcake doing cocaine.
Strutting and cutting.
Come on now. He's going to do the ultimate training program. So he enlists old Charles Glass. It was about cutting now. He's packed on some weight. Now it's about cutting. And this is very funny. Now this is his time to be like, you all think I got big. Keep in mind, he already talked about how he gained, 45 or 100 of some weird amount of muscle in 1 year.
Yeah.
He just dropped his fat percentage down. The change wasn't as dramatic as people want to think it was. I didn't gain 30 pounds or anything like that. I just got leaner. So for anybody out there that thought that Triple H all of a sudden went Triple H, you're looking at Triple H, you're watching his WWE career, you're like, wait a minute, this guy got fucking huge. He didn't. Okay? He got a little fat during DX, and then he got lean, and his muscles just showed up more. Okay? So it's an illusion. You think he got bigger, he actually did. Okay? He's just cut. Got
It
it?
is interesting. He hasn't talked about any supplements at all.
No, he just works out and eats clean. It's right
Not
here in the
even
book, Larry.
creatine. I thought even creatine's pretty standard. No.
No. And he cut his hair and started wearing it wet. Grew a beard.
Thank you. Okay.
Got back to short trunks in the ring.
Well, this would have been around the time all the steroid like stuff before Congress was going on, and I remember like, but this has been in the midst of people dying too. Or am I off by a few years?
The writing of the book, you mean?
Yeah.
Yes. No, you're right by the writing of the book. Yeah.
What if he was very blatant about it. He's just like, this whole book, he's like,
No, you're right. Guys.
I'm doing that.
Here's the clinic in Florida. Here's what you.
From all accounts, the guy to go to sounds like Charles Glass can cook you up with the proper gear.
Mhm.
I mean, he keeps he's like, hey, you want to know how I got big? Charles Glass. He underlines it. He's bolding it. Charles Glass. Go to Charles Glass.
Have you seen my friend Charles?
I'm going to email Charles Glass and be like, what do you think you can do with my round frame? Let's go, Charles. So should we, before we get into Chapter 10, training your shoulders and triceps? Yep, it's time for that. Should we do the I want to be a pro wrestler, true life?
I don't know. What thoughts did you have about it?
I just like that one part that I saw where he's asking for directions and his New Hampshire accent comes out.
That is the realest part of it for sure. Yeah.
So if you want to play,
there's actually not
that part.
Yeah, not much interesting. You want me to play some? I will, absolutely.
As Dave Meltzer said, Triple H and Chyna come off very kind of plain. He says it doesn't even come off like they're dating, even though they are. They come up to him and they come off as business partners that spend every waking moment together. I loved this. I'd forgotten about this when I came across it. He almost sounds like Peter Griffin. Like if he just went an octave higher, he would be there. He'd be doing a Peter. Can Triple H do a Peter Griffin if he wanted to?
I bet he does a really good one actually. That's his thing. God, it's good.
Okay. Oh no,
boy.
Yeah. Okay. I think I'm coming up on it.
Just one tap.
We get to have the rush, but you're always chasing it, Everybody thinks it's easy. No, I'm a big guy. I bet you I'd be pretty good at that. Pretty athletic. I used to bowl.
Oh no, this isn't.
No, that's not. I used to bowl.
He's mocking people thinking they can get into wrestling.
Oh, okay. I'm athletic. I used to bowl.
Yeah. Oh no, this is them working out. Okay.
He's not an athletic guy. Hold on.
Everyone wanted him on the football team.
Oh God.
And then this was the shot.
Somebody that can train as focused or hard as Chyna does.
She's a 200-pound woman, and she's all muscles. She's going to be a lot bigger than your average guy.
I really enjoy lifting weights, but I don't like this. It's torture for me.
I never really thought about it like, oh my God, she's bigger than me, or oh my God, she's stronger than me, or I wish she's not. But I never really,
this is in his head.
What's that?
That's in his head of like
I know. That's why it was interesting. It's in the
Yeah,
book
this.
too.
The size thing is in his head about her, which is weird. Then like when he and Stephanie got together, it was you got to start lifting now, Stephanie.
Yeah.
Or is that from her dad? Who knows? It could be like a dad. I don't know.
Oh, it's
You're now
definitely a
married.
daddy's thing.
Vince works out like a maniac. Your partner works out like a maniac, or you're just like, this will make everyone accept me.
Okay, I think I
Oh yeah, here we
The
go.
second
I
street,
think
which
this is
Pine
it.
Street, and I make a left.
Wait, go back a little bit.
I will.
Go back a little bit.
Good night.
I go to the second street, which is Pine Street, and I make a left. Right. Then I go to the
Make
traffic
a
light, and I
left.
turn right onto Manchester Street. Right. Okay, did I just miss the damn road now?
Ah.
Go back
I go to the
again.
second street, which is
I
Pine
see it.
Street, and I make a left. Right. Then I go to the traffic light, and I turn right onto Manchester Street.
Traffic light.
Okay.
But then he says Manchester in a very straight
Manchester.
way.
It's a traffic light, and I go to Manchester Street. Right. I go Pine Street. Yeah. And then because then when they come back to him, he's like, "I'm on." He just said Pine. And then when they're driving around, he's like, "Yeah, I'm on Pine Street." He's like,
Yeah.
"What is happening with this guy's voice?" On Pine Street. I take a left.
Right.
Yeah, pretty well guarded. Nothing was too. Thought there'd
wonder
be
if he
something
was like-
funny in there.
I thought, well,
You know
was
what's a
like,
better
is he not
representation is the fucking Tough Enough season 1 when he makes him take down the Goldberg poster and goes into that anti-Goldberg rant. And then talks
don't
about
remember
how you can't. Oh no, I'm gonna find that because it's
Yeah,
worth
let's
it
watch
to
that.
know this man's mentality.
I can't remember that. I mean, I'm sure when I watch, I'll be like, "Oh yeah, I can't remember that." I'm sure when I was watching it as a young man, I was like, "That's fucking right." Because I was not a Goldberg guy. For some reason, giving a guy a bunch of wins, like out of the gate,
I was so bought into Goldberg. I
was like, that doesn't mean anything. It's fake. Don't they know that? Like, I was like, I wanted him to like slowly build a guy. You know, he gets him in some feuds. He's got some losses. He's got some character to him.
Okay,
But that was a character. It was just kicking everybody's ass.
I know,
Spear,
I know.
jackknife, middle of the ring, 1, 2, 3.
all right.
How you guys doing? Who's sore? Yeah. Been hard show.
I'm sorry. What did Michael call that boy in the front row?
Called him the F slur when they were trying to get a handle on that at that time.
Far. Big man in the back. You taking a bump
Big man
stuff?
in the back.
You been hurt? Big fucking deal.
He didn't even say
Everybody
yes.
get
He
in the
said
ring.
little bit. Paul had that locked and loaded. No matter what the guy was going to say, he was going to go big fucking deal.
Do a sunset flip over the top.
Take a bump. Flat back. Just for further notice, one of your nuts is hanging out of your shorts. You got a big hole.
I remember
What's the
that.
difference between that bump and that bump? What's the difference?
I mean, he's right. All
we
are
do in the
taking
ring?
it like very like,
Intensity.
and he just snaps it back.
I gotta get to where you're talking about the family.
Big man.
Big man. Big man. This is how I talk in the shop. Big man.
I was going to say, hey, big boy.
Am I hitting you?
I mean, he gets
I
mad
do-
at someone for not selling
Yeah,
here.
yeah. This guy goes. Yeah, if
Yeah.
you sold like that for me, yeah.
Probably
no,
seen it
and I
before,
remember
seen it a
thinking,
million
"Oh,
times."
he's right. And then he shows like this is how you should snap back your head.
Yeah.
Punch. I want you to try to hit him with a punch.
He's good at
Try not to
that.
knock his teeth out. It's good. Good snap. Big Hit me one time.
Did I miss it?
Obviously, you've probably seen it before,
No.
seen it a million times. Good snap.
Okay, no, he's gonna line them up for punches now. Yeah.
React to this. Am I hitting you?
Close enough to take a bump.
Yeah, because he dropped. I think it's this guy with the gray shirt doesn't drop,
Yeah.
so he gets mad at him. He just keeps being herky jerky about
So
it.
like that in the ring, I'd tag you for real. What makes you want to be a wrestler?
Something different for me. It's a challenge. I like a challenge.
You fan?
Oh God.
No. You just saw it on TV one day and thought I'd like to get my ass kicked for a living. How about you?
Just the whole business, the athleticism, the pain,
Fame, the glory, want to get laid. Figure there's a lot of chicks, right, in fall wrestling. Right? The way I see it is 200 plus days a year, we are on the road. You got kids, they grow up, you're not there. Your wife, she's sitting home. What's she
Paul
doing?
has none of these at
Don't
this
know.
point.
Your husband, he's home. What's he doing? Don't know. You get home, you've been gone, you're tired, you're beat up. You're not done, it just starts. Now you gotta be super husband, you gotta be super wife, you gotta be super dad, you gotta be super mom. It's not an easy life. Careers are short, careers are fast. I'm not that tough. I'm no tougher than anybody else in our business. But I respect our business. I love our business.
Wait a minute, is
I
this
put my
Phil?
life on the line every day for our business, and
those
I gladly do it, and I will
tones coming
continue
in.
to do it until I can do it no
Why don't they
longer.
get along? Why didn't Phil and Paul get along? They respect the business.
guys are on the
They're
easy
about
track.
making money.
They're too much. Of
And
the
you have
same
to
guy.
earn respect in this business.
Yeah,
It's not
Paul
given
gets
to
laid.
you.
Phil gets laid.
You earn it. You pay your dues. And right now, you guys are a mile ahead of where you should be paying dues. You
And he
guys
was
have the
right.
greatest opportunity in the world,
I hate that
in my
mentality.
opinion, to be.
Anyways, I can't fucking stand that mentality.
But he's right. I mean, they are getting on TV quicker than they should.
Well,
They shouldn't hold it against them.
they
You
will.
guys, WWE created the program, so you shouldn't hold it. Like,
Of course.
but he is right to say it. Do you think that guy's balls were really hanging out of his shorts, or do you think? Because he checks them and they're like bagging. He's
No,
like,
but he adjusted. Like
He adjusted.
they were distended from his.
Those are some long ass ball and gym shorts, and the crotch are flopping out. Those are some long ass balls. Can't believe the guy in the Kurt Angle shirt never made it with that selling that he was doing.
Yeah.
So if he throws a punch at you and doesn't tell you to sell or not sell, I feel like you're fucked either way, right? Because he's either going to call you a mark for selling.
No, because the guy that did sell and drop down, he was like, good.
But still, these guys hadn't done punches yet.
Yeah.
So how the
I
fuck
wouldn't
do they know?
I would have fucking snapped back and bladed.
just stone.
Just
face,
come up
stuck your
bloody and
chin
then like,
out at him.
oh shit. Oh, you got me. You stand up and go, oh god. Oh god. He's like, oh, like Rick. Oh god.
Start doing the Foley thing where you're punching yourself.
Building the baby face comeback.
Yeah, you get hit once, you go down, you blade, and then you come up and you're pumping. You're like, yeah. You're escorted out of the building. Okay, funny guy.
Your picture's next to Scott Steiner in the booth.
Chapter 10, training your shoulders and triceps. Let's get into it. In a perfect world, I train 5 days each week. But he doesn't. He trains 4 days a week. Got that? Okay. Monday, off from the gym. Tuesday, shoulders and triceps.
Hang on, I got a
Wednesday-
question. Fourth paragraph, which begins, "Let me give you an example of what my typical week looks like in the gym." What's that next sentence?
One thing to keep in mind.
Okay, see, in the Kindle it says one tiling, and I just wanted to ask. I didn't know if that was a phrase.
It says one thing to keep in mind
Okay, I
when
thought
looking at. Why are all these editions so fucked up? Did somebody put the Kindle and they were like, I can't just load a file. I have to retype this whole thing.
And call Marlon Marion. That was last week's.
It's clearly like something that, oh my God. Imagine transcribing this. How much money an hour were these poor kids making to write down my constant wrestling? Good Lord.
Sorry.
Monday, off from the gym. Tuesday, shoulders, triceps. Wednesday, legs. Thursday, off from gym. Friday, back, rear delts. Saturday, chest, biceps. Sunday, off from gym. Now you need to understand how I'm working them. Already has gone through this in detail. Now, subheader.
You
volume.
have to picture the blood pumping into your arms, though, to get really big.
Called focus. Think about your muscles getting bigger. Volume. And I did write, oh no, hope it's not high volume. So I got to look out for that.
What?
Remember he was like, I hate high volume training. I wish somebody wouldn't have told me not to do.
Oh, that's right.
Now we're back at just regular old volume. Here we go. Except where I say otherwise, I do 4 sets for every exercise I mention throughout the rest of the book. First is a warm-up set. It's about form. And then everything else is just regular sets, working sets. And then he writes again, the warm-up set builds form. We know. And then working set builds muscle. You got that?
I found something fun. It's the Triple H WWE official WWE workout playlist on Apple Music.
Oh, shit. What do we got?
Wow.
What are some tunes?
Run through them real quick.
Wow.
Yeah. So starting from the top is WWE The Game Triple H featuring Motorhead, Jim Johnston, Back in Black.
He doesn't work out to his own theme song. Do you think
does.
he really does? You think he does?
Mm-hmm.
Back in Black by AC/DC, Thunderstruck, AC/DC, Walk This Way, Run DMC, Belly of the Beast, Anthrax, The Stage, Avenged Sevenfold, Karate by Baby Metal, Giant by Banks and Steels, Paranoid by Black Sabbath, Heart of Fire by Black Veil Brides, Throne by Bring Me the Horizon, X-Ray Vision's Clutch,
Orgasmatron. Right? I scrolled down a little bit, I found it, but Orgasmatron's on there.
So this is legit. That's the thing that tells you it's legit.
You think it's legit?
It has Orgasmatron on it.
It does.
He loves that song. He'll tell you.
I don't know. You think Triple H would listen to Korn? I don't know. Maybe.
I don't know if he is.
I mean, it's by the WWE's official, like...
Oh, is it? Okay.
Yeah.
It's always wonky trying to find playlists on Apple.
Anyways.
Nothing crazy like the Muppet Show theme or something like that.
It
Nothing
seemed to all be
silly.
pretty...
standard, like...
guy music of that vintage.
Yeah. It's of his age. It's fine. Seek and Destroy by Metallica.
He does say, my shoulders take a severe pounding in this business, so it's one of the most important muscle groups for me. He did mention at some point that he doesn't do cardio.
Yeah.
because he's like, oh, I wrestle. That's my cardio. But then he puts here, I start out by warming up my body's core temperature with 10 minutes on a stationary bike. That's cardio.
No, it's a warm up.
I'm just telling you. I'm telling you, Triple H, you doing 10 minutes. I know it's a warm up, but that's cardio. I'm sorry, it's cardio.
He gets in there and does some forward rolls before the show, I'm sure.
I don't know what to define. Hey, Triple H, define cardio. So then we get some pictures. He's lifting a bar. I don't even think it has weights on it because they clipped it off where the weights are. I think it's about flexing. You know, it's just flexing.
Yeah.
So it's about pictures. He's got his Triple H weight belt. Deltoid exercises. Deltoid exercise number 1. Front military dumbbell press.
All right.
Deltoid exercise number 2. Lateral
I like
raise.
the hot ass picture we get.
What is that?
Of him and his little cutoff.
Okay, hold on. That's a spoiler. Deltoid exercise number 3. Dumbbell front raise. Which, by the way, on number 3, this is an effective front delt crusher that troubleshoots my specific shoulder deficiencies. Though my front delts come up with ease, I'm still troubled by a flat area between my front and side delts that the military dumbbell press does not address.
So tell us more about your body dysmorphia, Paul.
There's a flat part of his muscles that he's like, this should be bigger.
Yeah, that's bizarre.
Deltoid exercise number 4, dumbbell shrug. Now some tricep exercises. Tricep exercise number 1, triceps push down. Triceps exercise number 2, lying triceps extension. For detailed instructions on these exercises in this chapter, see color pages 1 through 13.
No.
I mean, he really goes through it. It's like it's pages of this. 134, yes, it's his ass, and he's squeezing it. He's lifting his little leg like he's like a dog pissing almost. I wrote no.
He's like a 2 out of 10. He got no butt.
He does write that he does not like working on his butt.
Okay.
That comes up. I don't like working out my butt. I don't think I should be working out my butt.
Oh, that's right. He does say that stupid
Yeah.
thing.
Yeah, if you're just wondering, he knows like Larry's reading this and going, why isn't that booty bigger? And he goes, this is why. He explains it.
He's got the ass of a Frenchman.
11, the McMahon-Helmsley era. That's it. We're almost done with this thing. He's moving on along. August 23rd, 1999, the night I first won the WWE title. We looked it up, and Dave writes about it. I don't know about this Hunter thing everything's absolutely got to go right for this guy, Dave says in The Observer. This is a little too soon. And I remember thinking when he won the title, feels like this is too soon. I was like, are we trying to make this? Was the classic, the belt doesn't make the guy makes the belt, or this and that, whatever the saying is. I was like, is the belt supposed to be making Triple H here? Is that what we're doing? We're making him a guy now? And he went to his playbook from when he was on the mid card. He was like, "Feed me, Mick Foley. He will make me. He will make me legitimate."
Yep.
Because I do remember thinking that. I did take him more seriously after that. I was like, I guess he's the tippy top guy. Some people in the office resisted the idea, but fortunately, they were in the minority. That guy's name, Brian Gewirtz.
Well, he also says I was having a string of awesome matches with Steve Austin. No, they weren't. 99?
No.
No.
I've never enjoyed his matches.
No. 2001, they had that at No Way Out, the 3.
I didn't even like that. I don't even remember that match.
But 99, this is, like 2 months before Steve's shutting it down. And Triple H ain't the greatest yet.
I like 2 Triple H matches. Are you ready for them?
Yeah.
Royal Rumble with Mick Foley,
Yeah.
and
No Way Out with Mick Foley.
Dean Ambrose roadblock into the line.
You like that match?
I do like that match. The only problem was that Ambrose should have won.
Yeah. He should have.
But I do like that match, and that other than that, I do not care for Triple. I just do not care for them. People like the Undertaker stuff. I don't like the Undertaker stuff.
No.
I see once you see kind of like the way he likes to lay out matches, it's just
2000 was good.
Do you like the
He was
Triple
good in
H Rock
2000.
Ladder match?
It's okay.
What
It's
about
a very
the
smartly worked match.
What about the Triple H Rock Iron Man match?
I have not rewatched that. I don't think I've ever seen it, period.
Well, do you remember his storyline with Vince McMahon?
Yeah.
The storyline was that as the good guy owner, Vince hated it that such an evil son of a bitch was his champion. And as the evil son of a bitch, I hated that Vince was a good guy owner.
That is. Let's think about this.
Was that the
This is-
storyline?
I don't know. I'll get back there in a second. But think about this is just like, fall of 99.
Mm-hmm.
How far they went in a year of Austin on top, feuding with Vince.
Yeah.
Triple H
Oh,
is, and now it's one single year. It's the Triple H show.
Yep.
I mean, to be clear, because he lays it out. This is what he says. The company didn't put the title on me just to transition it to someone else. They wanted me to have a long-term run with the championship. By making this decision, they were recognizing me as a top guy, a guy who would serve as the face of the company and represent us to the public. Austin is injured. That's why they're getting the title off of him.
Yeah.
Come on, Triple H. You can't even just say that and go. You could even couch it and be like, Austin was injured, and I felt very good that they were like, well, let's put it on him, and he can hold the show while Austin is gone. The biggest star in the company. We feel comfortable putting it. Like, you could still couch it in like, they like me. They really like me. This whole thing of like, they chose me. It's me. It was an honor.
Sure.
He says it, but it doesn't bring up, oh, by the way, they were in a pickle. So then he goes
There really
into-
weren't any other heels. I mean, Taker had it a million times and had switched a million times, but right? No other real.
He is fresh at that time.
Yeah.
Kane?
Well, then it's also like, and you wonder why Triple H got big. Because it's like, yeah, Vince does like big guys. And it's like, Triple H picking up that phone and going, Charles, I need to get lean. Not big. I need to get lean.
Mr. Glass.
Mr. Glass. Now, I always wondered, did those M. Night Shyamalan movies about glass, that was about Charles?
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
I wrote the way he has this thing of the storyline of like Vince was like, this bad guy's running my company.
No, you're right. I just reread that. That's nobody thought that at the time. That was.
I was like that was not the storyline. I mean, JR was trying his best with that Triple H at that time and being like, this sadistic bastard. There's like memes about it now where they put all the times that JR is just screaming about this mid-level guy. Like, what up, bitch? So now he's like, oh, Test was marrying Vince, or Vince's daughter, Stephanie. And Vince Russo, this was his idea about the wedding, he says. With the wedding announced and weeks away, Russo left for WCW, and no one knew his exact plan to finish off the wedding and transition Steph and Test as a married couple into the show. That sucks that Vince McMahon didn't even know what he was going to do.
Russo didn't know what he was going to do either.
Yeah,
That's
and if
what
he
you're
did,
overestimating. He didn't know either.
well, and if he
But
did,
that's
he took
interesting.
away
I never
the-
knew that happened in the middle like that.
You think he did?
You want to fact check the game?
When did Vince
I
leave?
don't really have the energy to do it. I don't care.
Oh no. Okay. Stephanie Test. Stephanie Test. If I type
God
in Stephanie
damn it.
Test into Google,
Wedding.
will
Just
that
look
work?
up the wedding.
Stephanie Test. Trip 24 years today. Triple H interrupts the wedding. What year is this? That was 4 months ago. What's 24 years ago from now?
God damn it. Why are you so stupid? So
Because
no,
I
no. That would be like December.
who's stupid
December. That
now?
makes sense. Yeah, because that's when Armageddon was. So December.
Of what year?
99.
Vince Russo.
But that's at least 2 months after Russo left, because Russo's first Nitros were 10/16, I think. 10.
Yes, on October 3rd, 1999, Russo and Edfer are signed with WCW. Okay. I just don't believe that Vince Russo had something planned out. One. Two,
No, I don't either.
that he then was like, good luck with this. Goodbye. And Vince McMahon was like, oh, shit. Oh, no. We're fucking stuck in this thing. He had to have some idea of what he wanted to do with Test, like in general. You know what I mean? And the way then that Paul goes into it, he talks about the great WWE wrestling that I've always loved my whole life, which is Steph got amnesia after she was hit in the head with a garbage can. That bought us a couple weeks, or as he says, the trick bought us a lot of time. The trick.
We're doing a gimmick.
You got amnesia. We don't know what we're doing. Help.
Even his idea that he came up with this.
Yes. You have
he
to.
thought this was a good angle.
He does. He puts it. He
Where's
does a
my
brand.
card?
Wait.
It's behind me the whole time. Okay.
Oh, I thought you were doing like a Bing.
My test card, right?
Oh, I thought you were doing like a Bill Engvall. Here's your card. What?
Right over my head.
You have
Who's
to understand.
Paul's favorite comedian?
Oh God. Well, Vince went and saw Dave Chappelle.
Yeah.
Wasn't
Paul's favorite comedian. Oh man.
Vince goes
Does
to
he
Dave
laugh?
Chappelle. No, Vince goes to Dave Chappelle, and all he wants to hear is the Rick James bitch.
Oh yeah.
And he's severely disappointed when that does not occur.
But Vince probably likes the anti-trans humor.
What is Triple H's? Didn't we look this up already? What is? Oh yeah. What did Triple H? Didn't we look up his favorite movies? It's like The Godfather. It's the same bullshit.
I don't remember talking about this.
Favorite?
No.
Maybe we talked about it in like messages.
My favorite movie. Oh, Gladiator. You did say that.
Oh,
yeah.
yeah.
We definitely
What's his
talked
Dumb
favorite?
and Dumber and The Hangover.
Okay.
Or Tropic Thunder.
Cool.
Yeah.
I like that. Paul's
Yeah,
with.
yeah.
I'm with Paul on that one. So he does a Brian Gewirtz. You have to understand, okay, that at this time, pretty much everyone in the company was working on this issue. Everyone is like, "What the fuck are we doing with Steph and Test? Vince left. We don't know what's going on. Are we gonna marry him? Or are we not gonna marry him?" It was on everybody's mind. What do we do about the wedding? I can't believe that Vince Russo would do this to the company. That he would set up a wedding and then fucking leave. Go into Vince's office and cry about not seeing his kids. Someone said to me backstage, we don't know who. Someone at one of the shows. They should have this crazy swerve where she ends up admitting she's in love with someone else and marries him or something. I thought, that's not a bad idea. 2 weeks before the wedding was scheduled to finally take place, it hit me. It should be me who marries her. Who is this person?
Who?
Because they're responsible. Are they invited to the wedding? Because they're responsible for everything. Someone on one day at one of the shows, he doesn't remember who, was like, what if she doesn't
the
marry
person
Tess?
who, yeah.
Yeah. What if she doesn't marry Tess and marries somebody else? And then Triple H was like,
Good point.
oh shit. That's a good idea. Should be me. He presents it to Vince. Vince loves it. I was going to drug her at her bachelorette party and trick her into marrying me. Vince loved the entire idea. Strong.
Yeah, we've done that before. It's page
Yes.
7.
And then she should write you a love letter. Strong. The night after I showed the world the video of me drugging Stephanie and dragging her into the wedding chapel, the fans turned on her. I don't remember that. Do you guys remember that?
No.
Here was this poor innocent girl who was completely tricked into marrying some asshole who hated her father, and the fans blamed her. Don't remember that. He claims also that they were chanting "slut, slut, slut." Don't remember that.
No.
So then he goes through. We had the match at Armageddon. And that's it. The storyline was scorching, he says.
Yep.
Not only was I the most sinister character on the show, but as one half of the brain trust, no one could stop me. I could do whatever I wanted.
That's neat.
I know, he does say things like, we fired Mick Foley when we got tired of ripping apart on a nightly basis and made life miserable for the people's change. Kind of does, every now and then he'll go be like, I was the biggest thing in the business. And it's like, were you? Were you? He remembers Stephanie getting nailed by, he does the thing of like, which we haven't had since I think Brett, where it was like, people are throwing anvils at our ass. They're so mad at us. You remember Stephanie getting a baseball thrown at her.
We haven't done any real territory books. That's why we haven't gotten those.
Yeah. It's been a minute. The Rock and I accomplished what most people thought was impossible. We competed in an Iron Man match, and I was like, what? How's he taking this? That they thought it would be bad? That they thought that they just couldn't do it flat out? A little bit of both.
I have no idea what he meant by that. I thought he was just bragging about wrestling for that long. The endurance. Because that's what he follows up on it
yes.
with.
That's wrestling for 60 straight minutes without taking a break. I would like the idea of an Iron Man match where they take breaks. There's 3 15-minute segments where they just go, you know what? I'm tired. You're in your corner. I'm in mine.
Yep.
Intermission.
Well, that was the AWF. You don't remember that?
No.
Wrestling with rounds.
I like it. I think Tony Khan should do it.
It was
and he
in
should do a tournament with it.
95, I think it started. It was syndicated to Akron, so I picked it up on my UHF station. They had like Tito Santana, Bob Orton. It was all anyone who didn't have a contract was in the AWF, and it was rounds. So you'd wrestle 3-minute rounds, and Tito Santana won the inaugural world title tournament.
I honestly think this is what popped into my mind.
Fans were paid to attend shows.
I think this could work, the rounds thing. Imagine, because one, I like MMA and boxing.
Yeah.
Imagine a guy getting power bombed, and you're like, that's it. But then it's the end of the round.
Yeah.
He gets right back to his corner. He gets to recover.
Well, and they love the advertising now, so you can get like, the ring people.
But
and-
how are you gonna tell a story in 3 minutes? You're only gonna
Can't
get
be
like
done.
one move in,
It can't be done.
and then you got to sit there and.
Sounds
look
like Larry's
around
not watching WWE Speed on X, formerly known as Twitter.
I'm watching the actual main event, where there's dialogue, and I don't know where the dialogue goes here.
Yeah, how would you do dialogue in 3 minutes? I mean, maybe Roman's setting the stage because he did say
Or you dialogue between rounds.
Roman's
Yeah.
a big dialogue guy, and he did say when he hit the Cody cutter. What's it called? Is it called the Cody? Or no, not the Crossroads.
The crossroads.
He hit the Crossroads. He said, "I knew it. That move sucks. No one you can't beat anybody with that move because he had hit Cody with it, and Cody kicked out, and he started slamming the Crossroads. You could do that in the 3 minutes. You could be like, I knew that move wouldn't work. Here's 800 more. We've only got the 3 minutes." Right? That works.
I don't know.
What if it was just 3 minutes of them talking and then one guy does a super kick?
That's what it would be if you broke it down. That's what I'm saying.
Mhm.
They're boxing, they're juking, they're jiving, they're testing each other out.
No,
Yeah,
you hit the super kick as soon as the bell rings, and then you got dialogue for the next 3 minutes of walking around, telling the fans that you're, something, and telling the manager to tell his guy to quit.
You need cornermen. I am a huge fan.
You guys are talking me into putting money up for this because it just gets better the more.
I am a fan of cornermen, and the advice that they're giving people is particularly when they're losing.
Yep.
Infamously,
gotta keep dancing.
Infamously, Ronda Rousey, her coaching team convinced her that she's a striker for whatever reason, and during her last couple fights, where they were like, "You're doing great, just keep standing there, keep going," and it's like, "No, don't go to the ground, grapple." And the coaches are like, "No, you've got her on the ropes. Just go in there, keep getting just absolutely teed off on." I was like, don't listen to him. But yeah, cornermen when they're losing are just like, it's. I like it when they're like, they'll say something like, "Don't." He's getting you with your right, or like you're getting like, don't let that happen. Like the guy's got to be sitting there going, "I know, I'm trying, I'm aware." Like, don't get taken down to the ground. It's like, I'm trying. He's a world-class wrestler. Okay. Remember what we did in training? I'm trying. That wasn't a world-class wrestler. It's the guy from our gym.
Stick to the game plan.
Yeah. Don't let him get to your legs. Are you in there? He goes, if there was anybody I'd be able to pull this feat off with, it was The Rock. And we did. And I wrote, no one cares. He really is proud of this Iron Man match.
Yeah.
I
was just remembering too, that fucking Austin Triple H feud in '99 before Austin went away was horrible.
Yeah.
Remember, like DX was still kind of with Triple H as like a heel.
Yeah.
And Triple H is hunting him with the net.
Yeah.
Remember that SmackDown?
Yeah.
And then
nobody liked it. Nobody cared. Nobody liked it.
The Triple H snake bite thing. Do you remember that? Was that not part of that?
Let me see.
He was wearing makeup, like a rattlesnake bit his face. But then it was all a distraction, and he revealed it was just makeup to attack Austin. So it was just masterminds for.
I've clicked. Let me copy this image. Send it into the Discord. The time when Triple H relinquished his world title because he was bitten in the face by a rattlesnake. Okay. Send that over to the group.
Yeah. No, I mean, I want, yeah. Terrible stuff.
Triple H suffers a fatal by YouTube. I got the YouTube link. This video is no longer available. Okay, this is impossible to find. This is WWE. Triple H retires because of a snake.
Right.
Okay, hold on. I'm gonna share my.
Oh, and then he put the snake in a burlap bag and hit it with a hammer. God, see, that's what I'm saying. This is
God.
okay. See, the thread I'm looking at has the Triple H face. Is the fourth reply.
You let this happen. You have let this business come down to the point where people are going to bringing rattlesnakes, poisonous snakes into a building. We're putting our lives on the line.
Oh.
This is tough. The
Yeah.
crowd doesn't give a
James,
shit.
look at my face.
Is that what happened?
Look at me. Come on. Look at my face.
Did he get bitten?
I have given you my body. I have given you now my face. I have given you my life for this.
Why is he doing a
business.
Mick Foley
I
impersonation?
know.
Less.
Couldn't care less. But
Monday night, a rattlesnake, a 5-foot-long, poisonous, deadly snake was brought into the building, and I was put in a position where I had to be face to face with that snake. And it bit me in the face. I want you to see that.
Vince knows this is shit.
God.
If the truck has it, show
he
the
does.
clip
Vince
from
always
Monday.
knows when stuff is shit. Not
It's
always.
not working.
But
He's in the ring and he knows it's not
Yeah.
working.
You remember Stone Cold Steve Austin he was pounding Triple H earlier in the evening. Stone Cold had said he wanted Triple H to meet a
Oh
friend
my
of his.
God.
Well, Triple H met that friend all right, that deadly rattlesnake.
There's a glass between that. Indiana Jones style, there's a glass between them too.
Would this have been Brian writing?
I want Steve Austin to look me in my eyes.
It
Good
might
question.
be. Might have been his
I
first
want
few
Steve
ideas
Austin
out
to see
the
what he's
gate.
done to me, because this is just as much his fault as it is yours.
Did he feel like
I
a,
want
what
him
did he
to look
call
in my
dumb
eyes. I want him
ideas?
to look at my face,
A
Vince.
schmecky?
The
What do you
face
call
that
him?
you can't even look at right now.
I
What
don't
was it?
remember
Let's see you
that.
Mucky?
turning away.
What was,
Everybody's
it,
turning
what was
away,
it?
Vince.
Schmucky?
I look like a
Oh,
freak.
Schmucky of the Week.
Schmucky of the
day.
week? What it was?
That was just
That's true.
them
When Austin
picking on
gets here, I want him
somebody.
to look in my eyes, look at my face. I want him to see what he's done, and I will personally
They have the two fang marks.
put this belt in
This
his
means
hand,
that Triple H
because
went and had
obviously
prosthetic makeup
it
made
means
with
more
two
than
fang
life
marks to then
Steve
apply to his
Austin,
face.
so he can have it.
Wow.
But that also means he would have had to have faked his reaction in real time when he really was next to the rattlesnake.
Yes, yes,
He had to act like he got bit.
yeah.
So he really is cerebral. He's thinking that far ahead. It's
So wait, was he the bad guy or
5D
the good guy?
chess. He's the heel there, but he's for a one night only trying to get you to buy him, and then he takes off the makeup and fucks you.
Dinner.
I can see why
I
started.
actually just hired a prosthetic artist for $3,500 an hour to fucking beat you up. To get you, I don't know.
Hey, it's the Paul Levesque
I'm
era.
gonna blame it on my taxes.
When is Johnny Gargano and Tommaso Ciampa? When do they recreate that classic moment?
Oh God.
Did you see that, Larry? Them dressed up at like DX.
I
That's
did.
cool.
I skipped
That's
the
cool.
match, but
Two grown men cosplaying as their heroes
yeah.
And bosses.
and bosses. You ever cosplay like your boss, Larry?
As a rib. Yeah. To mock him behind his back, yes.
I gotta say, when I was younger, I one time walked in. It was to be fair, it was Halloween, and I did walk in dressed as my boss at the time, and you could tell while people were laughing and he was laughing, he was kind of like, oh, yeah. And I was like, yeah, you dress like this. It's funny.
Like, you ever see the bum fights guy dressed like Dr. Phil?
Oh, yeah.
That makes me laugh.
So now we're already on page 144. We're already to. He's been world champion. It's this. It's that. We're already it's Steve Austin and Triple H. They're a tag team. It's the what was it called? The Ego Trip, the two-man power trip. And he breaks his quad. He breaks it right off, clean off.
Slow cooking off the
bone. What, do you have any? He goes to the doctor.
Nothing.
He goes.
I don't care about
the doctor goes. You didn't tear your quad. Trust me, you didn't do that. And he's like, I know my body. I felt it tear off. He goes to Dr. James Andrew in Birmingham. As you're about to find out, my background in bodybuilding is what fueled my ability to overcome this most challenging obstacle in my life. I can tell you all day that bodybuilding helps you learn self-discipline and how to set goals, but my ability to return from this injury is tangible proof that it's not bullshit. And we will finish the book. This next 20, that's all that's really left is... By the way, I don't know, spoilers. Next chapter, training the back and rear deltoids. That's how we'll start the next episode. And then he comes back, and then it's a lot of pictures of him working out. I mean, a lot.
Oh, really?
So many. Let's see. Let's count them.
Because I read the chapter about the long journey back.
There is... That's 165. Yeah, that's the thing in my book. It's 165, and then it gets renumbered. Now I'm back on page 1.
Oh.
1. And so it's 160. Did I add the math? 35, 39, 40, 43, 44. There's like 48 pages of just workout pictures from that alone in that middle
color
section.
Pages 40 through 48.
That's what it is. They threw it, so they threw it in forward.
Yeah.
Wow. And then it's just like, oh, me and Stephanie. And it's the end.
Oh,
so we will definitely finish the book next week.
Okay.
What book are we doing next? Does anybody have any thoughts? I'm not picking. My pick is after this one. You all know.
I wouldn't mind Steve Kern.
You want to do the Steve Kern one that everybody is going gaga for? Brett, Punk, Dave.
Gus, what do you think?
I've got it on my shelf. So I haven't read it yet.
You already read it?
No, I haven't. It's on my pile.
Let's see, Steve Kern book. Type that in. At first, I typed in Steve Kern. Didn't come up with his book. The Kern Chronicles, Volume 1. That's not his book.
Yeah, it is.
Right? That's what it's called. The Kern. How do you say his name? Steve Kern. The Kern Chronicles. Where are you wearing?
Steve Kern.
The Kern. He calls him the Kern. Oh my God. The Kern Chronicles. Who told him to name it this thing? 425 pages. Holy shit. Before Steve Kern became one of the most influential trainers in professional wrestling. Okay.
Do you think Steve Kern was there the night Lauren Boebert was
conceived?
Conceived, yeah.
Yes. Yeah,
watching.
He was the second shooter.
Okay. I mean, this is over the course of more than 400 pages, 25 more to be exact. He elaborates on his interactions and relationships with dozens of legendary professional wrestling figures. Eddie Graham, Mike Graham, Jack Briscoe, Gerald Briscoe, Hulk Hogan. This is how I write out lists. Dusty Rhodes, Dick Slater, Paul Orndorff. Yeah, Orndorff. Steve Kern.
Steve
Hiro Matsuda. Jimmy Garvin, Rennie Garvin, Pat Peterson, Ricky Gibson, Tiger Conway Jr., Wahoo McDaniel, Stan Lane, Jerry Jarrett, Jerry Lawler, Coco Beware. Oh, I hope he gets put on blast. The Fabulous Fargos, the Road Warriors, the Moondogs, the Sheep Herders, Bob Becklin, Tatsumi Fujinami, Antonio Inoki, Gene Kaniski, Dick the Bruiser, Giant Baba. Giant Baba gets some paper in this. Ken Patera, Masa Saito. I can't say it unless I do it.
Ken Doan,
Brian Blair, Andre
Jay
the Giant,
Snitsky.
and many more. Yeah, who did he train?
Kern. Well, he was a Florida. He opened Florida Championship, didn't he?
Trained by Steve Kern. Let's see who comes up. Wait, is he still alive?
Yeah.
You just wrote the book.
Well, I figured. Well, it says here. Hold on. Come on now. It says here. Follow the author, Ian Douglas. So I'm like, okay, maybe this is one of those. This Ian Douglas just loved him so much. Ian Douglas.
Steve Kern helped train many wrestlers. Is that what you read?
Oh my gosh. I know we're doing this already. We're doing this book next.
He was trained by the Briscoe brothers, the Funk brothers, Eddie Graham, and Hiro Matsuda. And then it says he's helped. Oh, you want to know who he fucking trained?
Yeah, because it says he's the most influential trainer.
The most, yes. Mike Awesome.
I'm looking at the list.
Don't look at the list. Dennis Knight.
I'm looking at the list.
Oh, stop.
DDP is on there, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah, come on. Some of these are... I don't think he's trained
Rhodes, anybody. No, Tracy Smothers and Roman Reigns.
Come on.
Now we're just making
shit up. He is listed under Roman's trained by.
I like this.
The Anoy brothers.
Corey Kieran. Oh, okay.
Corey.
CJ Connors. NWO Sting. Nice.
Oh, yeah, Jeff Farmer, man. The Cobra.
Dustin Rhodes.
Steve Kern.
I do see a YouTube video.
I see what you're looking at.
Training Yoshitatsu in FCW. Okay, so that's why he was a trainer in FCW. That's why Roman's in there.
Yeah.
He told Roman how to take a flat back.
Yeah.
Roman would have never figured that one out.
He taught him how to chew tobacco while he was wrestling.
I like so Ian Douglas. Is it Doug Glass? Because it's spelled like that. No. Larry says no. Ian Douglas. By the way, go to iandouglas.net. I will copy and
Who is
paste.
this?
Takes me to a website called Darkstream. This is the author of the book. Writer, biographer, and columnist Ian Douglas.
No, we don't have time for this. I gotta go to bed. If you're already we still got a fucking week of Triple H left.
It says every Ian Douglas pro wrestling book is good, period. Dave Meltzer, Wrestling Observer, 3/12/2023. That's recent.
I still want to do Ring of Hell one day. If it was in print, I'd have already done it. By Matthew Randazzo the Fifth. Are you hip to it?
No, Ring of Hell. Which one?
It's the one. It's about Benoit, but it's like the sleaze thread. It's like all the dark shit that ever happened to him. Like that's where the Liger pissing on young boys' backs comes from.
I believe it. You ever seen that guy? You ever seen that guy? No, Liger. He's doing this. He comes down. He's doing that. I believe it. You ever seen that guy?
What is this bit?
It's like it's my bit. You ever seen that guy? And you just believe it. You ever seen
like Jushin Flushing Liger.
Oh. Okay.
Jushin Flushing Liger Jr. Flushing Liger Jr. Is that how it goes? Larry's left. I don't care. Gus and I will still.
Oh.
Okay. All right. my! Oh, wow! Not only did Larry leave, the lights turned off in the room.
Wow.
My God, there's a figure there coming up in Larry. It's Flucian Liger Jr. It's pissing. What are you doing with your dog, Gus?
I'm trying to get my damn boot on. I have to wear
Oh,
this
your boot. Oh, I know what the boot. I've worked with people in your situation. I know the boot.
So I got like 3 weeks of this.
It's fun.
Oh,
Now
it's
don't
fucking-
now don't do what one of the guys I worked with where he threw away the boot after he was done
No.
with it. And then
No.
guess what? He needed the boot again later.
Yeah.
And I was like, well, what happened to your old boot? And he was like, I threw it away. And I was like, how much did the old boot cost you?
Yeah.
One of those things. It's fun.
It's fun.
Bye. Bye.